Ooh, champagne. Empower. Invest well, live a little. Start today at empower.com.
Past performance is not indicative of future returns. Investing involves risk. You may lose money. Advisory services are provided for a fee by Empower Advisory Group, LLC, EAG, a registered investment advisor with the Securities and Exchange Commission. OMG, those shrimps are really jumbo.
ESPN 710, Los Angeles Sports.
And it is the biggest show on the radio. Mason and Ireland is on for your Wednesday afternoon.
Yeah. Ireland, best show on the radio.
Here we go, Wednesday, March 26th edition of the Hall of Famers, except only one is here. Mace. You know, he had those tired eyes yesterday.
Oh, God.
That's sad eyes.
That's sad.
Tired eyes. Andy Kamenetsky's in for John. Andy texted me yesterday about Guinness. That Guinness has a no-alcohol Guinness. But I don't like Guinness that much. But maybe I'll give it a try for you, Andy. Meanwhile, you know, Luke Robitaille came in studio yesterday from the LA Kings.
Is that the invite now?
That's the invite now. Consider the invite made.
I just want you to know what you're signing up for. When he's really rolling, he does 2 or 3 parties a year at his house.
Yes.
Really? So is that why you're tired? Because you're hungover
Oh,
from
my
the
God.
party?
This tired thing is driving me nuts. Do I actually look tired?
The
Everybody's
eyes are
saying I look
glossy.
Everybody says my eyes are weird. Now, I don't get it. What are they? How would you describe my eyes? They're just a
It's
little
very glossy.
Yeah.
Maybe
Little
you need a
redness.
little cream underneath.
Yeah.
I need
That
a little
could help.
Do you use under
but
eye
Mike
cream?
was talking to me. He had like some kind of sea cream. He said that maybe you can.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he noticed the eyes, too. The Kings win last night. Make that home winning streak 15 games in a row, sucker.
Damn.
Luke should come in each week in person for the Luke Robitaille show and press the flesh with Mace. Lakers got pressed Monday night in Orlando. LeBron was on McAfee today, and we'll walk you up to coverage. Let's see what happens in Indianapolis today. Hello. Yeah, of course. Home of St. Elmo's. I love that song. Lakers, Pacers, coverage begins at 3 p.m. We'll walk you up. Right now, we walk you up to the biggest show on the radio, Mason and Ireland, your Wednesday afternoon, right now.
What an open.
Oh, my God.
Jeez, I mean,
That was like a minute and a half open. It's time to go to
great.
break. Mason Ireland.
somebody was making up for lost time while they were away from the
Yeah.
station. Like,
He's fired up.
we're ready to go to break now, right? After that
No.
Morales
That's right.
introduction.
That was our first segment, was Morales. Let's move along.
He just wanted to talk about your tired eyes. apparently.
Everybody. Let's
honestly-
have a moment of honesty here.
Okay.
Was there anything wrong with my eyes yesterday?
Okay, seriously, I did not. Mace, you and I went into that conference room to have our prep meeting. Did I ever mention your eyes for like
No,
35
not a
minutes?
word.
Until Greg came
Bergman
in.
walked in. It was the first thing he
He's
said.
like, wow, man, you're tired. Your eyes, you got bags under your eyes. I was like, whoa, Greg, why? And he's like, he looks tired.
He knows that gets into my head.
He's like, he looks
It's like the
tired.
rest of the day I'm thinking my eyes,
And
my eyes.
I think everybody just like, he Jedi mind everybody because then after that, everybody was
Everybody brought it up.
Your
Brian,
eyes.
anything wrong with my eyes yesterday?
I didn't notice a thing.
Yeah, I didn't notice things. People were, a friend of mine texted me, and I'm not going to do this. He said, if you really are having eye problems, and I am not, if you're really having eye problems, you put diaper cream under your eyes, and apparently it gets rid of the bags.
I told you you could put cucumbers or potatoes. That also works.
Yes.
But also there's like I told him there's like a little serum that I use with a little metal rolling ball, and you just kind of roll it.
Oh, the serum thing.
I want to know, though, did you do anything to compensate yesterday? Because if I'm being 100% honest,
Yes.
your eyes look better today than normal.
Well,
Like, they
no, I
actually
did
look
nothing.
spectacular.
I did nothing. I rolled out of bed. I did
I'm just
exactly
saying.
the same thing as I did yesterday.
They look a slight less dark than they might
good.
be
Good.
otherwise. A
Good
little less
sign.
puffy. Like I'm
thank you.
wondering if you came home and you did something yesterday.
Did nothing at all.
You
Ate
didn't
cake.
put cucumber
Went home,
or
got stoned,
potatoes.
ate cake. That was what I did.
So was it maybe that you didn't? Because I think you mentioned you didn't do the weed. Like
I
one or
did,
two-
right. The day before, I didn't
Oh.
use cannabis, which is weird. And then the next day, everybody says, your eyes.
You know what that is? That's actually your eyes and the rest of your body saying, I hate life.
Yeah,
If
where
you
is my
don't give me-
cannabis?
If you don't give me
Exactly.
a certain amount of THC,
Yes.
I'm not going to cooperate. That's
Right,
your body saying
right.
that.
Now, Brian, last night you went to the Dodger Freeway Series game against the Angels, right?
I did, yeah, down in Anaheim. You know, Angel Stadium's right by my house, so I was like, oh, cheapest ticket for the year, I would assume.
yeah. How much did you pay?
Well, for me, it was free, but I think you could get it online for like $14 yesterday.
Okay, good. And Dustin May looked fantastic last night.
Yeah,
huh?
I was surprised too. thought I'd see them all one time through, but most of them played 4 or 5 innings, and I think May went 5 innings. He
May
good.
went 5. He looked
good.
really good. He's a fifth starter now. And Mookie?
I was telling Travis, I don't know, when I first saw him, he looked like small.
Well, he's small generally,
Right,
but
right.
now even more so.
Yeah, he did. He got the initial look of like, oh man, like you could tell this man has lost some weight.
Yeah.
What about Mookie's eyes? How did they look?
Yeah,
I didn't have that good enough seats to actually.
Were they glossy?
Were they
as Luke says?
glossy,
glossy
dark?
eyes? Yeah.
Bags under his
I
eyes.
wouldn't blame. I mean, the guy came out and said his body's eating itself.
Yeah, it was brutal.
Now, I would imagine since he's playing, I would imagine that's like he's rounding into form and is going to gain his weight back, and he's supposed to play.
Yeah, I mean, he played
opening day
yesterday. He
tomorrow,
played,
yeah.
I think, five innings. He's got 2-3 ABs. One thing that I noticed, though, about the Angel Stadium when I was there, I got there right first pitch, so I missed the lineup introductions, but I feel like all the Angel fans have lost love for Mike Trout. Is
that right?
Yeah, there was no cheers for Trout, nothing. I was like, dang, this...
It's been a
Can
few
you
rough
blame him?
years.
Right.
Can you
It's been a
blame
few
him?
rough years, yeah.
And it was 90% Dodger fans there, of course.
Excellent. Excellent.
Yeah. So the 10% didn't really...
Well,
make
you know
them-
that Angel slogan, great seats, great prices. That's what's on the billboards. So,
Bad team.
by the way, I have won $10,000 mythical dollars because Mookie Betts is the opening day shortstop of the Los Angeles Dodgers. Bergman said, no way. He's not going to play shortstop. No way, no how. Cha-ching. Whenever we play Mythical Money, it's brought to you by Chumba Casino with new games added weekly. No purchase necessary. Play Chumba Casino anytime, anywhere. No purchase necessary. They wanted that in there twice. Got to be 21. Terms and conditions apply.
Twice.
Twice,
That's
exactly.
great. They just wanted you to know.
Yeah. Also, I want to let you know that here's what's on tap today on 710. It's a big day thanks to Michelob Ultra. Lakers take on the Pacers tonight. Coverage starts at 3. Tip-off 4:30. Hear it all for your afternoon drive on 710 a.m. or in crystal clear digital audio on the all-new ESPN LA app. Michelob Ultra, 2.6 carbs, 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Opening day is tomorrow. Here's what's weird. I got a question for you. So Rob Manfred, in his wisdom, has opened the season on March the 27th. Do you know what else happens on March the 27th?
No.
The Sweet 16. Why would they not open the season today? Why would they open the season on the same day as the Sweet 16 when there's all that basketball?
Are the women playing today?
I do not know the answer to that.
I will look.
I do not know the answer to
The first thing
that.
that came to mind to me was, is it maybe a recognition that the women's tournament is now bigger than the men's? If they were maybe looking to avoid the women over the men. Otherwise, to your point, it's just a misstep.
Yeah, just a misstep. You could have had the day to yourself. Dodgers, by the way, tomorrow, it's going to be Blake Snell on the mound versus Tarek Skubal from the Tigers. Skubal is a guy that they talked about trading for last year. They talked about trading for Skubal, who stayed in Detroit, and Garrett Crochet, who wound up getting traded to the Red Sox, and I think it's going to be a big addition. But, so tomorrow we'll see that matchup, and then Friday it is going to be Yamamoto, and Saturday it's going to be Roki Sasaki, and then they're off on Sunday for some random
reason. To your point,
reason.
too, like, it's 4 o'clock on Thursday, so, like, you are truly up against everything. It's not even about sharing the day. You're up against a lot of it.
Yeah, Women's Sweet 16 isn't until Friday.
Oh.
So again, what the hell? Open on a Thursday, open on a Wednesday makes most sense.
I am out of excuses for Rob
Thank
Manfred.
you.
I was trying to give him the benefit of the doubt, but no.
Let me ask you this. We are maybe wrong about the NCAA tournament. I came across some ratings information. And tell me, I guess for me, the NCAA tournament does not feel like a big deal anymore, the men's tournament. But the ratings on TBS, CBS, TNT, and True TV through the second round, averaging 9.4 million viewers, it is the most watched men's NCAA tournament in 32 years.
Wow.
The highest rated men's NCAA tournament in 32 years. How the hell is that happening when I don't know people that are actually engaged in the tournament?
I mean, does it matter at all with the ratings? And I'm sincerely asking.
Yeah.
I don't know how this works. Does it matter at all in terms of it's now being shown on 4 different channels? That opens up more opportunities for all the games to be seen. does streaming play into this? Like,
I don't know. What's my last name? Nielsen? I'm supposed to know this stuff?
You used to own movie theaters. You
Sure. Oh, yeah. So I know TV ratings.
No, but you understand. You've been in this industry for years. You used to be a fixture on Good Day LA.
Sure, absolutely.
You understand the media landscape.
I do. And it's an interesting concept that maybe it is the addition of all of those networks together.
Maybe.
And it used to be only on Channel 2, or used to only be on CBS.
Because I remember there used to be a lot of games, even when the tournament felt bigger, there were a lot of games that you couldn't see unless you went to like a Hooters or somewhere that had a satellite package or wherever that you could hang out and see all the games.
You hang out at Hooters a lot, Andy?
Only during the games.
Only during the games.
But I only go there for the articles.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, the wings? Not the wings, not the thighs?
When I was working in New York, 57 and 7th was our building, and it had Hooters in it. So we would go to Hooters all the time.
Okay.
Like, that's where the general manager, would want a meeting. We're going to meet down I called it the Hooters building because we had a Hooters in the ground floor of that building.
Okay, here's the thing. It is the most cliched excuse or rationale for men all the time, but it's true. The wings are amazing. The wings are legit. I thought they were great.
Really?
I used to think they were great back in the day.
I thought they were fine, but I don't think my general manager was going there for wings.
Yeah, I don't.
That was
think
not
that's
his thing.
he may have been a perv. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
the actual wings were good.
Exactly. Yeah, it was weird. We're meeting today at Hooters to talk about your show. All right.
Kind of saucy one on them
right?
wings.
Yeah. All right, coming up next for you. Okay, LeBron James has been all over Pat McAfee. What are they calling it? The LeBron-versation?
Mm-hmm.
We got some choice nuggets from that coming up next for you. Mason in Ireland. Andy's in for John, 710 ESPN.
The countdown.
Why do we grill to order at Waba Grill?
It's just better for you.
Download the Waba Rewards app or order online at wabagrill.com. Waba Grill, it's for you.
Joint copy, O'Shea Jackson Jr. and producer Lindsay and myself, apparently, for a special viewing of Monday Night Raw. On Monday.
I like it raw.
I guess. On Monday, April 7th at Hollywood Park Casino, and there's going to be one grand prize winner who's going to win a pair of tickets to the big wrestling event in Las Vegas. You know which one that is?
I have a sense of which one
We can play the song, because I don't think that we'll get in trouble if we play the official song.
Okay.
RSVP now for your spot at ESPNLA.com. Must be present to win, which means you're going to have to be in the house at HBC. ESPNLA.com. Must be 21 years or older to enter. Park Party and Play at Hollywood Park Casino, LA's premier card room. Now open 24/7. We'll see you there on April 7th for Monday Night Raw.
Sportsbook. Go from tracking the latest upsets to placing bets in just a few taps. Right now, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet Sportsbook app and sign up with promo code USL to get started today. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
At Progressive, we understand the bond you have with your boat. It's why people name theirs.
I was pretty hungry and looking at a menu when I named my boat Change Your Tuna. The backup names were Trick or Trout, I Salmonly Swear, and, oh, it gets worse, New Squid on the Block. It wasn't my best day.
Whatever you call your boat, protect it. And start with a quote from Progressive, America's #1 boat insurer. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. #1 rating based on boat market share data from ratefilings.com.
You're checking out the Waba Grill Lunch Hour here on Mason and Ireland. Sup, people? Why do they grill to order at Waba Grill? Because it's just better for you. Their Asian-inspired menu has high-quality proteins, fresh steamed vegetables, and signature sauces. Download the Waba Rewards app today or order online at wabagrill.com. Waba Grill, it's for you. Just like Mason and Ireland are for you.
Tell me if I'm weird here. Don't answer
Yes,
that question.
you're weird.
I knew that was.
The Waba Grill Lunch Hour rolls on right now.
I got options. I can pass it like Stockton.
So got the nicest note. Mason and Ireland. Andy's in for John. Laura's here. Brian Cohen's here. Ireland will probably join us a little bit later on from Indiana where the Lakers are playing tonight. But got the nicest note from a guy named Anthony. I think he tagged you on Instagram. Is that right, Laura?
Me?
Yeah, Anthony.
He DM'd me, yes.
He DM'd you. He said he wanted to take a moment to thank me and Ireland for all that we do on the show, growing up in California. Huge part of his life. As the Kevin and Bean show fizzled and Bean retired, I found myself tuning into Mason and Ireland more and more alongside Max and Marcellus. I like Kevin and Bean. They were great. I would argue
Kevin
they never.
and Bean did not expect to take strays.
No, they did take a stray there, didn't they? No, I love Kevin and Bean. And then he went to law school.
Probably could have not read that.
Went to law school on the East Coast, Miss California, listened all the time. Now he's studying to be a doctor. So he was a lawyer. Now he's training to be a doctor. Incredible story. He says he's listened to us the entire time. So
awesome.
Congratulations, Anthony, and good luck in medical school. If I went to all the trouble to be a lawyer, I think I'd just be a lawyer, right?
You'd be surprised. I actually know people that went to law school, did the lawyer thing, got paid, and are doing something completely different.
Yeah. Apologies to Kevin and Bean.
No strays were trying to be
What's
taken.
weird is, that station, K-Rock used to be like the station.
Oh, it was a cultural mecca of music.
And now it's that other one, 98.7, that is like the big station, right? With Woody in the morning. That's like the big station now. And K-Rock isn't the big deal that it was. In fact, Stryker does afternoons at 98.7. I happen to know.
You happen to know?
I happen to know.
You listen?
Great guy. Great guy. Did not fizzle. Has not fizzled out like
Good.
Kevin or Bean. All right, so I wanted to. Everybody thinks it's a really big job to get a network, a season regular role on a series. Mm-hmm. So I want to play something for you. This is this I think is the truth about acting.
It's on Netflix.
Okay.
Yeah, and we just got renewed for a season 2.
Wow,
so
that's amazing.
I'm really excited about that.
That's amazing. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. Oh, here's your food.
Thank you.
The girl at the window put extra sauce in it because she recognized me.
Oh, he's an Uber driver, Postmates guy. Yeah, that's the truth of it. That's the truth of it.
I have friends who are actors that work.
Yeah,
but they got to do a lot of side hustles.
A lot.
Like until you truly make it, like get to like the 1% or either the 5%, something like that. You are typically not making enough money to truly. Get by.
Ireland and I had this debate. You can jump in on it about Kate Hudson came out and said, yeah, it's not really nepotism in the arts. It's like, no, it absolutely is Patrick Schwarzenegger, who's on White Lotus, says, I wish my last name wasn't Schwarzenegger. No, you got in through the door because your parents were famous.
It's a double-edged sword. Right. You want to be taken seriously on your own merits. You want to be respected.
Yep.
And you automatically had an in that a lot of other, often very talented people don't have.
Yep.
And it makes it harder to get in. Now, I will say this. I don't think the last name will keep you in.
No. You've got to perform when you're there. But
Right.
the reality is most actors never get into that room.
I mean, look, O'Shea has talked about this.
Sure.
He's been honest about the idea that,
he has.
yes, being Ice Cube's son clearly helped. His first starring role was playing Ice
as
Cube.
his dad, yeah.
Like, it's pretty obvious that was a big help. O'Shea, though, also works his ass off. He takes this stuff really
yes, he does.
seriously.
Yes, he does. And that's why he's continuing. You know, that's the thing. You've got to perform once you get in that room, and Shea has always done that. And by the way, Kate Hudson did that. Patrick Schwarzenegger clearly did that, got in the room, and he's really good on White Lotus.
Yeah, I mean, look, both of Denzel's kids have, a successful acting and directing career.
Yep.
Did being Denzel's son help?
Got him in the room.
Got him in the room. It got them opportunities. You grow up knowing all these people. But if you have nothing to bring to the table, eventually that last name's going to dry up.
Yes. All right, so time for some LeBron-versation. Today.
Speaking of the subject of Nepo babies.
Oh, yeah, sure. LeBron James was on with Pat McAfee today. Did an hour and 15 minutes because LeBron is in Indianapolis where they shoot the Pat McAfee show. I want to play some of what he said. First of all, I find this interesting. Here is LeBron talking about the old heads.
6'9"?
Yeah.
Let's say you're you look very thin right now.
Yeah. I feel good.
So 215, 6'9", 220. Could easily get to 260, though. I think that would play in a lot of different areas.
Yeah, come on. I could play.
Just like
I would be able to play in any era. It's funny you hear some of them older guys like LeBron James couldn't play in this era.
Never been fouled by Bill Laimbeer before.
Yeah. I think I seen like Dennis Rodman say that one time. It was like LeBron James not skilled enough. Yeah, not big enough. He's not. Doesn't weigh enough. He's not strong enough.
Can't handle it.
Yeah, I'm like, okay.
That whole thing is ridiculous. The
It's
whole
so dumb.
You couldn't play in that era. At one point they talked about Giannis in the 70s. Giannis would have just destroyed people in the 70s, right? That was when the NBA was struggling and was down a little bit. I'll say this. I also think those players, if given the same training, health science stuff, medical stuff, film stuff, all the stuff that guys have now, they would be able to many of them would be able to play in this era as well.
Like the truly greats of every era, like we're talking about the 1% among the 1%.
Yep.
These are the best in the world. They will figure it out no matter when they play. Like I've heard people talk about Shaq not being able to play in this era because it's so three-point centric, and you can pull Shaq away from the bat. Well, first of all, you don't have to pull him away. He
Correct.
doesn't have to go out there. It's not like everybody can shoot threes. And even if Shaq never learned to shoot threes, you still have to double,
You've got to double him down low so there are wide open looks.
He's still the same 350, 400-pound dude. Like it's this. He's still incredible no matter where he plays, when he plays. Wilt would have been incredible in any era. Bill Russell would have been incredible in any era. LeBron would have been great in any era.
Yeah. And I mean, if you think about it, Dr. J would have been fantastic today. I mean, if you are one of these mega talents, you could play in any era.
The guys that I always think are interesting, though, are the ones that were like a little bit ahead of their times in terms of what they do. Like the power forwards that started, or centers that started shooting threes before everybody did. And they're considered at times a bit of a tweener.
Well,
and now they would have a more fixed role.
And that's analytics. Yeah. I mean, analytics said take a step back, get rid of the long two, take threes. It's worth an extra point, and it makes more sense. And I think that if players in that era, if the three-point ball was as dominant and as an important part of the game then as it is now, you would have seen those guys take three-pointers a lot.
Exactly. Like some of the big men that didn't take threes but clearly could shoot, they would have started taking threes because they would have grown up with that being something to focus on.
Right.
The guys that didn't do it, it's not necessarily because they couldn't. It's because they didn't have to or they weren't told to.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, coming up next for you, we're going to spin the wheel of questions. We got Sports Graffiti coming up at 1 o'clock, so make sure you're here for that. We will talk some Lakers coming up. Lakers at Indiana tonight, and they have been scuffling, lost 3 in a row, lost 2 in a row since LeBron has come back and Rui has come back. So we'll talk about what's going on with them as well. Andy, of course, is the host of a popular podcast
Locked On
about
Lakers,
the Lakers.
available 5 days a week everywhere you get your podcast, Monday through Friday, always free and never behind a paywall. And
is there a YouTube component?
For the sickos who like to watch, there is a YouTube component.
What about a newsletter? Is there a newsletter?
There is.
Oh, I wondered about that.
Thank you for bringing that up.
Yeah.
There is actually a newsletter if you subscribe.
I'll be damned.
Yeah, it's amazing.
The things you find out.
I know.
All right. Hey, let me tell you about Cosm. If you've not been to Cosm, I don't know what else I can do. But have you been to Cosm yet, Andy?
I have not.
What the hell are you doing with your life? Seriously, what are you doing with your life? You haven't been to Cosm. Brian's been there. Laura's been there. It's spectacular. So
let's figure out a time to go to Cosm.
Okay, good. We'll do that.
Yes.
They're doing baseball there now. Great base. They're doing Lakers games there now.
Ooh, maybe
all that stuff.
Maybe I broadcast a show.
Oh, excellent. So there are 3 points I want to make about Cosm. First of all, you can go into the dome. And in the dome, you are surrounded by these gigantic wraparound screens, like below you, above you, around you. It feels like you're literally at the game. And it doesn't matter, by the way, if it's NBA, NHL, college basketball, Premier League soccer, WWE, all on these massive immersive reality screens. That is extraordinary. Then there is the hall. And in the hall, there are screens, like as many screens as I've seen anywhere. Gigantic screens all over the hall. You could do that. If you are looking for just a great view and a great vibe, you can go to the roof deck. The third level has a roof deck. It overlooks SoFi. It's spectacular up there. And by the way, the food is great. The lemon pepper wings, the Korean-style nachos, great craft cocktails, all that stuff. If you have not been to Cosm, get there. It is Cosm.com, COSM.com. Learn about what events are coming up. Grab your tickets today. They go fast. It's Cosm.com. Mason, Ireland, 710 ESPN.
The most. Waba Grill.
What's our secret? It's our sauce.
Our sauces are more flavorful for you, from sweet and spicy to fiery hot. Waba Grill. It's unexpected. It's delicious. It's saucy. It's for you.
Join Cappy, O'Shea Jackson Jr., and producer Lindsay, and myself, apparently, for a special viewing of Monday Night Raw. On Monday.
Like it raw?
I guess. On Monday, April 7th at Hollywood Park Casino, and there's going to be one grand prize winner who's going to win a pair of tickets to the big wrestling event in Las Vegas. You know which one that is?
I have a sense of which one
We
it
can
is.
play the song, because I don't think that we'll get in trouble if we play the official song.
Okay.
RSVP now for your spot at ESPNLA.com. Must be present to win, which means you're going to have to be in the house at HBC. ESPNLA.com. Must be 21 years or older to enter. Park Party and Play at Hollywood Park Casino, LA's premier card room. Now open 24/7. We'll see you there on April 7th for Monday Night Raw.
He's bringing that same energy to his brand new signature shoe, the AR2s from Rigor. Designed for top performance and comfort, these kicks are for players who grind just like Austin. He was hands-on in crafting every detail, making sure the AR2s deliver on and off the court. So go to Rigorer.com, RIGORER. Don't wait. Own a pair of Austin Reeves' shoes. That's Rigorer.com.
Who's cutting down the nets this year? Get in on all the tournament action at ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Go from tracking the latest upsets to placing bets in just a few taps. Right now, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet Sportsbook app and sign up with promo code JQ to get started today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
For a limited time at Verizon, you can get our best price ever. That's 4 lines on unlimited welcome for just $25 a line per month with autopay plus taxes and fees. You'll also get the new iPhone 16 Pro, 4 of them for the entire family when you trade in up to 4 phones from our top brands. That's a new phone for everyone, only on the network you can count on. Verizon. Visit a store today. 20 monthly promo credits applied over 36 months with a new line on unlimited welcome. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds. Additional terms apply for phone offer. See Verizon.com for details.
And it is the biggest show on the radio, Mason and Ireland, here each weekday. You know what it's time for? What is this? It's time for Wheel of Questions. Producer Brian Cohen, are you ready with that wheel? Hit it, Jack.
That's a dumbass question.
You know what, Stephen A? It might be. We don't know yet. Let me ask it, okay? All right, guys. I know you guys have heard a lot about this particular
I don't know why
person.
that is so entertaining to me, but
The
it's
sigh?
just that it's Luke Robitaille.
He is like
Yeah, just gotta.
Oh, sorry, that wasn't it. That was this.
I have met Luke Robitaille over the years a few times. I always thought he was really nice. I would have never pegged him to be such an incredible weekly recurring guest.
He's so funny, rolls with everything.
He
Yes.
is phenomenal.
Yeah.
I
And
would
it's not
never-
forced either.
No,
like that's
no.
his personality.
And like, I knew he was always nice. I never thought he was this funny.
Yeah,
He's
he is
great.
really funny.
No,
we love
he's-
having him on
he's
Tuesdays.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's fun.
All right. So anyway, back to that question.
Back to the question. That's a dumb, bleak question. Okay,
Yeah.
we'll see.
You're gonna regret
All
this.
So you guys talked about, I know while I was away,
Yeah.
Ashton Hall and his weird like morning routine that everybody was
Yes,
criticizing.
he rubs the banana on his face,
Right,
and he's
the
up at
water
3
bowl.
a.m.
Well-
and all that stuff. Ices his face.
Even though his
All
social
stuff
media
probably I should be doing after
that we
yesterday.
don't, but he dropped the ball on something.
Okay.
I read a story. There is a recurring a water that he posts. It's Saratoga water, and apparently he doesn't have a brand deal with them.
Oh no!
So he dropped the ball because not only did their social media spiked, they spiked 1,200% on Google searches.
Wow.
So I'm like, dude, for an influencer, you're dropping the ball here,
That's
right?
true, yeah.
So my question to you guys is, when have you guys dropped the ball that bad? You know, when it comes to brand deals, when it comes to, you guys have been doing this in the business for a long time.
I've had so many branding opportunities.
Yeah,
over the years.
right. The Andy brand.
Yeah.
It's big. I'm trying to think.
Well,
Branding.
your Bobo, what was it? The chipmunk
Oh,
Bobo?
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Commander and
Commander
Chimp.
and Chimp. Yeah, that was one.
I mean, considering this is an idea that Brian and my friend Steve and I have had going back to about 2004.
You have not capitalized
One
on
could
it.
argue we've dropped the
Yeah,
ball.
you have dropped the ball.
Maybe, maybe not. But
I'm trying to think if I've ever dropped the ball on an
not, it doesn't have to be a brand, but just like you guys, like a deal, like a business deal. Because this is a business deal that he didn't even think about. He's promoting this brand and isn't getting paid for it.
okay.
Buy them.
Okay. I don't think I have a good answer. Brian, why don't you answer?
Dang. I
You
don't
guys
think
never?
I'm not.
Damn, you're business
I'm not a
savvy,
ball
man.
dropper.
I mean, I keep
do
my
not drop
bleep tight,
balls.
Laura.
Right.
I don't really drop
not Aaron
many
Judge.
opportunities.
Yeah, I'm not Aaron Judge. I don't drop the ball.
Oh, wow. That was a good one. I don't
So,
know if it
okay.
was Mason or
No,
Brian.
it's
but
Brian.
it
Brian
was a
gets
good
credit
one.
for that one.
That was a good one. That was a great one.
So far, random shots for Aaron Judge, Kevin, and Bean.
But Aaron Judge knows what he did.
Correct. I can't think of anything specific here, Lar.
Okay.
I'm going to be honest. But I think Stephen A. wants to respond.
That's a dumbass question.
Maybe it was. I just thought it was interesting him being an influencer and
I mean,
not thinking
there
about
are
that.
situations where I thought, oh, I could have bought that movie theater. Like when I was in the theater business, I could have bought that one. And then it turns out to be really good. Like, for example, at one point, this was always a bummer to me. In Westwood, they've got those two great theaters. They've got the Village, and then they've got the Bruin across the street. I had an opportunity to get both of those theaters and was slightly outbid, and they are like two of the coolest theaters in all of L.A.
What year was this? Do you remember?
It was 05, 06, 07, something like that.
Okay, because that's movie theaters were still booming.
A thing, yeah.
But you might, if it makes you feel any better, in 2025, you might feel stuck with them.
Oh, yeah. Well, I sold everything in 2016. So we got rid of everything because we were through it. But there were opportunities like that I missed.
Okay, so my friend had like pre-weed getting legalized and things like that, right? They used to dabble in stuff, you know, and then one of my friends got licensing. She's like, oh, you know, if you guys want to join in. I'm like, nah, dude, like, I don't want to do that because it's not, I don't partake really well in that. So I was like, she's like, you don't have to partake. Just drop some cash. It's going to blow up.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I
Didn't do
wish I
that.
would have bought a little more Bitcoin. I got a lot of Bitcoin,
You know what
but
I
I
mean?
wish I
So,
would have bought a
like-
little more.
Crypto,
Yeah.
So that's probably where I dropped the ball because her and her man are doing really well right now.
I remember in the 90s, I tried to convince my dad to buy stock in Snapple. And he thought it
Snapple?
Snapple.
Is Snapple still a stock?
Well, publicly traded. It was at one point. Like,
Really?
I told him you should invest in this. This drink is going to be huge. He didn't believe me. Snapple clearly blew up.
Oh, yeah. Snapple was a big deal. Does Snapple still exist? It's owned by Dr. Pepper now.
Okay.
But do people still drink Snapple?
I believe so. I see
I
it in
used to
stores all
love
the time.
opening them.
What
and
about
seeing the
wine
little-
coolers? Anybody still killing the wine coolers?
Bartles and James.
Those were Bartles and James. You remember those?
Was it like Mike and I? What is
It's like
it?
Kool-Aid
Mike
with a
and
little
I,
booze in it.
different.
Great. I went down
Mike
a
and
great YouTube rabbit hole of. Do you remember when Bruce Willis used to do the Seagram's wine coolers commercials?
Yes.
And he would sing that song, Seagram's Golden
Oh, yeah,
Wine.
right.
These commercials are so gloriously ridiculous.
Yeah.
They are, and he usually would be singing with like a bulldog next to him, and that's when he used to have the Bruno persona.
Oh, right,
Remember,
right.
He was like a blues singer. That Bruno was his blues singer persona.
Right.
These Seagram's commercials are fantastic.
Yeah, wine coolers are not a thing.
No.
Now it's all seltzer.
So I used to be a wine
like White
cooler when I was like 15 because we thought like, oh, they have a little bit of alcohol. It's not that
What
bad.
did you drink when you were a
Yeah.
No, I shouldn't do that. What
No,
did
no,
you drink when you were a
No,
teenager?
no.
That is
I
a
do
terrible
not-
question and
do
completely irresponsible. I do not support
First of all,
that
I
in
started
any way
before that.
whatsoever.
that. We do not support. You
Do
have
not-
to be
yeah,
21
You gotta be
years
21.
Yes.
But what did you drink as a
But when
teenager?
I was there.
For me, Anheuser-Busch products, St. Louis.
Oh, that's right.
Oh.
For us, it was Little King's Cream Ale.
What?
Yeah, Little Kings. Did you never drink Little Kings?
What that? I've never even heard of that.
They were these little bottle.
Andy and I are like, we did the exact same thing. What? What's
Little
that?
King's Beer Cream Ale. Yeah, that was the thing.
I have never even heard of that.
Must have been a Midwest thing. Also,
I was in the Midwest. I've
oh
never
yeah,
heard
you
of
were.
it.
Also, did you ever have? This was now more college. Did you ever have Harry Buffalo? Do you know what Harry Buffalo is? So you would take a bathtub.
what a
We did
Mickey's
this.
was.
We did this at Bowling Green. You take a bathtub. You fill it up with like fruit and some fruit juice and
jungle
stuff.
juice.
Then you pour grain alcohol in, and you let it sort of
Yeah,
marinate,
yeah.
and then you just get absolutely ripped.
Yeah, jungle juice.
But we were of legal age when that happened.
It's still around. I just went to the littlekingsbeer.com site. It's still around.
It's a real thing.
Yeah.
It's a real thing. All right, so real quick, I want to duck in on the Lakers. Lakers have lost 2 in a row, Andy. 3 in a row, but 2 in a row with LeBron. And to my eye, the team looks, in these last 2 games, pretty broken. Defensively, they're not efforting the way that they were. They're not communicating the way that they were. And there's a very truncated looking offense where it's kind of like, here's LeBron, now here's Luka, now here's LeBron, and then Austin is a little bit left out of the whole thing. What do you see that's going on, and can they pull out of this tonight?
I think they can pull out of it tonight. I think, first of all, you hear enough of them bring up the idea of tired.
Right.
That I think fatigue is a thing.
It absolutely is a
They
thing.
have played a lot of games, and they've played a lot of games with certain guys missing, which means that even if you want to say other guys may not be as fatigued because they didn't play, the other guys who've played in all those games are exhausted. They need to start getting back into ball movement. Like, there's been a lot of ISO play. You're starting to see teams now, if they're good enough defensively, they're starting to just take Luka straight up, or take LeBron straight up, and just say, you know what, if you want to try to ISO us and look for difficult shots, so be it.
Right.
We're not going to let you get the other guys involved.
Right.
And I think Luka and LeBron, particularly in the Orlando game, and Austin too, did a bad job with taking the bait.
Yeah, I mean, I think that the ball just has been very sticky the last few games.
Yeah.
And I actually listened to your podcast,
Locked on Lakers.
Locked on Lakers, and you had numbers on the number of touches guys had, which I think is really instructive and tells you what's going on offensively.
Jordan Goodwin
Yep.
played 13 minutes in the loss to Orlando, and he is a point guard on
Right.
top of it. He had 10 touches.
10 touches
He
in
touched the
13
ball-
minutes.
13 minutes. He touched the ball 10 times. There is only so much production you're going to get from Jordan
Right.
Goodwin if he touches the ball 10
Well,
times.
similar with Rui, I heard you say.
Yeah, Rui had, I think, 22 touches in that game. In the Luka era, he has averaged something like 45.
So there's just no ball movement.
No.
It's just
none.
all very stagnant.
Yeah, I mean, the usage for especially Luka, but also LeBron and Austin was very high. And the drop-off after those three was massive. And even if you acknowledge those three handle the ball more, you need to involve those guys to a certain degree. Otherwise, it's going to be on LeBron, Luka, and Austin to efficiently score 30 to 35 each. And
Right.
That's just not a viable,
It's not sustainable,
practical,
no.
sustainable plan.
Yeah. So if you want to talk about the Lakers, if you want to talk about the Dodgers, Boys of Summer are back, starting tomorrow afternoon at Dodger Stadium. Dodgers versus Tigers. Nothing says opening day like Dodgers versus Tigers.
Baseball. Classic rivalry.
Classic rivalry when Detroit and the Dodgers get together on opening day. 877-710-ESPN. 877-710-ESPN. Maybe you have a conversation or a comment on the LeBron versation. We played one clip from that. We got more of it coming up. Your call's next, 877-710-ESPN. And you can join Cappy, O'Shea Jackson Jr., and producer Lindsay for a special viewing of Monday Night Raw on April 7 at Hollywood Park Casino. One grand prize, a pair of tickets to the big wrestling event in Las Vegas. RSVP for your spot right now, ESPNLA.com. Got to be present to win, got to be 21. Park, party, and play at Hollywood Park Casino, LA's premier card room, now open 24/7. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Travis Rogers and DeMarco Farr.
Back tomorrow at 9 a.m. after Clinton and Friends.
I'm not like picking my nose. I'm not doing anything crazy. I would give you a set. I would give you a
pick
set.
your nose?
Oh, hell yeah, bro.
Oh, my God, bro. I didn't need to know that. I'm sorry.
Look at Travis.
I didn't need to know that. You pick your nose? Oh, come on,
In the
man.
car, it's like you having a cloak of invisibility.
Those windows.
No, it's just you lose track of everyone
We can
else out
see
there.
you.
Tinted windows, bro.
Tinted, okay, tinted windows, fine.
Why do we grill to order at Waba Grill?
It's just better for you.
Download the Waba Rewards app or order online at wabagrill.com. Waba Grill, it's for you.
You guys are disgusting.
You let DeMarco's windshield take care of it.
Weekday mornings at 9 a.m.
It's Travis and DeMarco
on 710 ESPN.
Bring spring to your door with Target Circle 360. Get all you need for Easter hosting, spring get-togethers, and more with unlimited same-day delivery through Target Circle 360. From Easter basket goodies to fresh florals, getting everything the same day is easy. Open the Target app and bring the magic of the season to your door with unlimited same-day delivery through Target Circle 360. Visit target.com/circle or the Target app for more details. Subscription required. Same-day delivery is subject to terms. Applies to orders over $35.
Point.
Hey, you okay? You don't normally miss those shots.
I just haven't been as regular lately, and it's making me feel sluggish.
You should try Metamucil. It's been a game changer for me. Metamucil's plant-based psyllium fiber helps trap and remove the waste that weighs you down.
Ace.
You're moving better than you were last week.
Definitely.
Metamucil keeps you moving. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Learn more at metamucil.com.
Losing your home in a wildfire is devastating, and the fight for insurance money shouldn't make it worse. Jacob Imrani is helping families impacted by the Eaton fire, suing Southern California Edison, and holding insurers accountable.
First, I didn't know what to do. I heard what you were doing for my buddy by loading his car up. He calls me, he says, guess who's loading my car with water? Jacob Imrani. Right. I mean, for real. I said, well, I'm going to talk to Jacob.
Call him at 844-24-JACOB, 844-24-JACOB. Visit him online at calljacob.com, and together we are LA Strong.
Call Jacob. The LPGA Tour returns to Los Angeles for the JM Eagle LA Championship, presented by Plastpro, April 17th through the 20th at El Caballero Country Club. Come watch 144 of the world's best female golfers, including standout LPGA superstar Nelly Korda and back-to-back champion Hannah Green. Tickets start at just $25. First responders, military, kids under 18, and those affected by the Eaton and Palisades fires get in free. Get your tickets today at jmeagleLAchampionship.com. 710 ESPN, your home for the 17-time world champion Lakers.
KSPN Los Angeles, a good karma brands radio station.
Mason and Ireland on LA's mega sports station.
Oh my, am I really on Mason and Ireland show?
Yes.
This is a great moment. Hey.
Right now, more of Mason and Ireland on 710.
All right, sports graffiti time. Got actually a couple of lines open right now. What are you people doing? 877-710-ESPN, 877-710-ESPN. Dodgers opening day tomorrow. Lakers versus Indiana tonight, trying to pull out of this losing streak that they're in right now. LeBron talking all kinds of stuff on the Pat McAfee show. Whatever you got, and just random stuff is totally cool. Andy's here in for John, 877-710-ESPN, 877-710-ESPN. Let's get to it. Let's go to Sean. Sean, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go ahead, Sean.
Hey, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Thanks. The Lakers these days, I mean, they're worn out, like you said, and they had 8 games in 12 nights.
Yep.
J.J. Redick's secret, he called it the secret code on defense, which was effort. They are out of gas right now. And also, the ball movement, as you're talking about, they're not making the other team run around. If we had this isolation ball and Luka putting up 20 in the first quarter, Luka, do that in the fourth. Let's just get everybody involved, get the opposing defense having to move around, wear them out a bit, and then we can apply the secret code of putting effort in at the other end. I think those are the two green teams.
Sean, good call. Thank you. Yeah, I think he's making the right point.
Look, the style of defense the Lakers play, they've shown that they can do it on a regular basis. Like, the sample size is big enough, but it's taxing.
Right.
Like, it is a really hard style of defense. And to his other point, too, the more LeBron and Luka and Austin play iso ball,
right,
beyond how effective, ineffective, or whatever it is, you're allowing the other team to rest. Because other than the defender that is on that particular ball handler, the other guys are just standing around watching, just like LeBron or Luka or Austin's teammates.
Plus, a really active offense where the ball's moving a lot, I think, leads to a really active defense because everybody's involved.
Everybody's involved. Your energy is up. You feel more connected. You feel more involved. All of it.
All right, let's go to James. James, you're on Sports Graffiti. What's happening, James?
Hey, love the show. I think it was Ireland that said last week that there was a class project where the students were thinking of the hypotheticals of moving the NBA season.
Yes.
But if they do move it to late December, doesn't that cut into our sports dream of having all the sports playing at a certain time throughout the year? I forget which week it is, but it's all of them are playing games.
Yeah, you're right. I think it is October is the day where everybody plays on the same day, all 4 major North American sports. There's a day like that. You know, I am not in favor of the plan that John submitted that he submitted to Adam Silver last week. No, that was suggested by Bill Simmons on his podcast, is that the season doesn't start till December and you don't have the finals until late July. I'm not in favor of that, but I would be in favor of getting rid of the preseason, which is a total. I think the NBA's got the worst preseason of anybody. It's a toss-up.
I mean, the NFL would like a word,
is also awful. But get rid of the preseason. Just start the season in early October and get rid of all of the back-to-backs.
I have a hot take on some of these concerns about, the NFL going up against the NBA and whatever.
Yeah.
Stop worrying about it.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Seriously. Okay, so there's a couple months a year where your ratings are getting a little bit dwarfed by the NFL. Guess what? The money is still pouring in.
Correct.
Why is this such a conversation point?
Right, and why should the product suffer?
Right.
I feel really bad for the Laker fans that went to see the Lakers in Milwaukee last week, where absolutely nobody played.
Oh.
I mean, we were talking about this. It's funny. We were talking about this going to New York and going to go to see a couple of Broadway shows, and it's like, if Denzel was not doing Othello, if we got the understudy instead of Denzel, I would demand a refund. I don't know if they would give it, but I'm there to see Denzel.
First of all, I bet on your ticket there is some type of disclaimer or waiver.
Right, says we can throw some Bobo in there anytime we want.
Exactly. Just trying to protect against the idea that you didn't realize you got the understudy. I don't know if this is avoidable, in all honesty. I heard this conversation with you and John.
Yes.
And he was talking about eliminating back-to-backs. The problem is if guys are hurt, they're going to miss games.
Correct.
You can't.
Although they would argue, well, there's a difference between hurt and injured. There's a difference between having an injury and being worn down.
Well, this is the other thing, too. And I don't think it gets talked about nearly enough. Owners are clearly cool with this. They are clearly fine with superstars missing some of these games, players missing some of these games. And the reason, I think, is
owners want to win championships, and they want their players to be healthy in the postseason. That's what they're paying them for.
Yes, and in particular, these players that are making the superstars $50, $60, $70 million a season.
Yep.
the best potential return on investment comes in the playoffs. So if that means their superstar has to sit a game in February or in March or miss a few games in order to try to get the best ROI, they're going to be good with it. Like the idea that load management is all player driven, or like player empowerment, so wrong.
Oh, no. A lot of it is front office driven. That's where the Warriors, that's why they started. It was front office, health science, all that stuff.
It's front office and it's ownership. Like the owners are signing off on this.
Yeah. Let's go to, let's try David. David, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go ahead, David.
Hey, guys. How do you think the Giants signing Russell Wilson impacts Shedeur Sanders, if at all?
Good question. I personally think they're going to draft Shedeur Sanders. I think the Giants want their quarterback of the future. They're going to have a really interesting quarterback room with Russell Wilson, Jameis Winston, and Shedeur Sanders.
That's
You're
a
talking
reality
about big
show.
personalities. Like, if you want to watch Hard Knocks, that would be really interesting to see those three guys.
Oh, that's way better than Hard Knocks.
Yeah, and I really want to bring back Russell Wilson's Let's Ride. I love Let's Ride. That's right. I really like throwing it out there randomly sometimes, like, hey, let's ride. Let's ride. You can get it in there, which I love.
If I'm the Giants, if I want to draft Shedeur Sanders, I draft Shedeur Sanders. Like,
yes.
You don't have to put him on the field right away.
Yeah, and he's going to be there on the board for you because they're picking third. Tennessee's obviously going to go Cam Ward. And then there's quarterbacks on the board, including Shedeur. Shedeur's not going to get to the Raiders. A lot of Raiders fans are like, yeah, we're going to get – no, not going to quite get there. Unless they trade up, exactly.
But, yeah, I mean, if I'm the Giants and if I want Sanders, both Wilson and Winston, they're stopgap guys. Like, they're not going to be around a while. You don't have to put Sanders on the field right away. In all honesty, until you have the infrastructure around him and, like, the offensive line – I don't want to put him on the field. It's going to get him killed.
I heard Greenberg say today, instead of Wilson across his jersey, it just should say Bridge.
Yes.
Because he is a bridge quarterback.
Bridge 1 and Bridge 2.
That's right. Let's go to Dwight. Dwight, you're on Sports Graffiti. What's happening, Dwight?
Hi, guys. Just want to shout out Cal State Dominguez, Toros. They're both in the Elite Eight. The women's men's basketball team, they're doing really well this year.
Awesome, man. So now what division is that?
That's Division 2.
Division 2. All right, awesome. And are you have friends that play for the team?
Yeah, I got a nephew playing on the team.
Nice, man. We'll tell him good luck from us.
Jordan Hillstock, good luck. Let's go. Go
All
Toros.
Right. There you go. Go Toros. Today, we are all Toros.
That reminded me super quick of like that cheerleading movie. Remember? Bring It On.
Bring It On. Oh, it's been brought in.
Toros.
Bring It On. It's been brought in.
Yeah.
That's the way that line goes. I love that. Ooh. Let's go to Mike. Mike, you're on Sports Graffiti. What's happening, Mike? Welcome.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good
afternoon.
So, Mace, always good to talk to a fellow Bowling Green Falcon alumni.
There you go.
Yep, and Andy, always good to have you on the show.
Thank you.
I wanted your thoughts. I don't know if you guys heard the LeBron conversation yet or if you watched it yet. Love the platform. I think LeBron calls out Michael Thompson, or at least that's my guess, because he doesn't name the Laker. He basically said, like, a Laker made a comment, an old Laker player made a comment about him eating fruit before a game on the bench. And, like, LeBron had an attitude about it.
So you think that was Michael Thompson?
I think he was. I mean, that sounds like something Michael would be there.
Yeah. It does sound like something Michael would say.
I mean, all of the former Lakers who are involved with, say, Spectrum Sportsnet, they're all in the studio.
Yeah, right.
So typically they wouldn't be there to see LeBron do this. It does start narrowing down to Michael.
Yeah, it does. Because I know LeBron listens to the show.
He does.
So
of course he does. Everybody does.
He's a P1. He hangs on every word. We almost had the LeBron conversation here on Mason and Ireland. Very close.
He may very well call before the segment.
He very well could. He very well could. Mike, thank you. Go Falcons. All right, there you have it. There is your Sports Graffiti for today. Oh. Okay. Parker, do you have confirmation on that? Do you have a second source? Second source on that? Parker says he was talking about Michael Cooper.
Oh, Michael Cooper.
Yeah, Michael Cooper.
Okay, so I was watching it in real time, and that's who I thought he was talking about, not Thompson, Cooper.
Cooper. There you go. Okay, that makes sense.
So Coop did not approve of LeBron eating fruit on the bench?
Apparently.
He said it wasn't like I was eating steak and eggs. I was just there eating fruit, supporting my teammates.
There you go.
Was he hurt in this game?
Yeah, he wasn't playing in the game.
Yeah, he did not play in the game and ate fruit. Apparently, I don't know.
Preseason game too.
Yeah, and I don't see a huge issue here.
I mean, I love Coop, but that feels a little petty.
Yeah. Coop is the best, though.
Coop is
awesome. Awesome guy.
Awesome.
No Coop slander.
All right, coming up next, we're going to do a little Dodger baseball. We have got Greg Bergman, the co-host of the Blue Review. Coming up next, Mason, Ireland, 710 ESPN. Let me tell you about Chumba Casino. I'm telling you, it is time officially to do it. Let's go. I can't find my button. There you go. That's somewhere here. Hang on a second. I want to make sure I get this right because I love the people at Chumba.
Chumba.
Thank you, Brian. So here's the deal. Chumba Casino, the action never stops. Ever, never stops. And I'm telling you, there are online games that you can play nonstop. Your playbook is stacked. Think bingo and solitaire and slots and so much more. It is for free anytime, anywhere. No purchase necessary. Never going to run out of action. Here's the kicker. They're dropping fresh games every single week. It's like a highlight reel of fun ready for you to tackle. Plus, free daily login bonuses and a sweet welcome bonus when you join. Play for free. Take your shot. You could redeem some awesome prizes. What are you waiting for? The clock is ticking. The game is on. Suit up, take your shot, and let's do it. Let's officially Chumba. Head to ChumbaCasino.com. That's ChumbaCasino.com. Available only to players in the U.S., excluding Delaware, Washington, Michigan, Montana, Connecticut, and Nevada, and Canada, excluding Quebec. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Children's Hospital has been open since the early 1900s?
Yes. Children's Hospital LA is such a pillar of the Los Angeles community. We've been around since 1901. Our actual first location was not far from where we are today.
So it wasn't here?
No.
But close.
It was what is now Chinatown.
Okay.
We've been a pillar of the community for almost 125 years and grown to what we are today, which is amazing. We see, just to give you an idea of size, we see over 750,000 patient visits a year.
750,000?
Yes.
I thought you were going to stop at 750.
No.
And this timeline takes us through the 125. You're almost at 125.
We're almost to 125. I do have a couple of favorite stops along the way. So we're going to keep on going down. We're going to stop right here.
Okay.
So this is a big one, especially with what we're learning today and all the broadcasts. We've actually been associated with the USC Keck School of Medicine since 1932. So we are training the next generation of caretakers and doctors. And
you know what I love about that? I'm a UCLA guy.
Okay.
But the one time that USC and UCLA work together is through hospitals. They share all their information because that's when you put down the rivalry and just everybody helps the same cause, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I love pointing that out. And then let's go a couple more little stops. I love this because this gives me a chance to talk about our mission. Our mission at CHLA is to create hope and build healthier futures. And this picture right here, this little boy is hearing for the first time in
you can see it on his face.
1953. So this kind of touches on the innovation that is a priority here at CHLA.
So
and
this kid is now over 75 years old.
Yes, yes. And
wow.
that smile just defines hope
Awesome.
and healthier futures. I love this. And yeah, there's just some really cool little tidbits along the way. In the early 90s is actually when our research institute was founded, which you're learning a lot about today from a lot of our doctors and specialists coming on board. And yeah, it's just an amazing place. It's a destination hospital for the world. And over 350 specialties here, a lot of amazing life-saving things happening here.
It's so great. And you know, one thing, my goddaughter was here when she was 1, had to have surgery, and my friends, her parents, super scared, and they could not have been nicer in the way they dealt with it, the way they explained everything, the mannerisms. Every town should have a children's hospital. Every town doesn't, but we're lucky to live in Los Angeles and have this, right?
Absolutely. And family-centered care is actually what kind of makes us unique as a hospital. We're so focused on using the whole family unit to care for the child.
All right, to wrap up, you said something to me that I thought was really neat. You said, you hope you never see people, but if they need you, you're here. I think that's kind of the way to put this.
Yeah, we hope you never have to come.
Right.
But the fact that this destination hospital with some of the best caregivers is right in our backyard, we're so lucky and blessed to have CHLA right here.
And a guest to the draft. Experience the thrill of the draft firsthand and make memories that will last a lifetime. Don't wait. Enter Travel Wisconsin's Dream Draft Sweepstakes. Visit travelwisconsin.com/draft to learn how you can win a trip to experience the biggest moment of the offseason. Epic moments that become lifelong memories are waiting to be discovered across Wisconsin. Terms and conditions apply.
Mason, Ireland, on 710 ESPN.
Shohei Otani and I have something in common.
No, you don't.
Yes, we do.
I don't believe
we do.
Does he call in sick a lot?
No.
Okay.
Right now, more of Mason and Ireland on 710.
That's what it's going to sound like tomorrow night, about 7 o'clock at Dodger Stadium.
Isn't it a 4 o'clock?
It's 4 o'clock game, but at 7 o'clock we'll be hearing this.
Oh, that's 3 hours? It's not 3 hours.
6:30?
Yeah.
Doesn't opening day typically take a little bit longer? There's more pomp and circumstance.
Well, here's the weird thing.
It's
The
not
weird
open
thing
day.
about this is that it's not, first of all, it's not open day. Second, they're not doing the rings and the ceremony until Friday night. So tomorrow afternoon.
They want the Friday night crowd, the fireworks.
Yeah, that whole thing. Are they doing fireworks or drones?
I don't know.
I think they're doing drones. I will confirm, but I think
Which is cooler, drones or fireworks?
I mean, drone shows are actually
Drones are really
cool.
Yeah, drones are really cool. So Bergman is the host of. Remember, he used to work.
Review.
He used to work here on Mason and Ireland, and now he's left to run everything and to host the Blue Review. It is you.
That's
It is Parker Bell. It is Marcus Grant, who's going to be filling in for John on Friday. So Bergman. How you feeling? I mean, obviously, this is a team that I feel incredibly confident about. They are going to win the World Series.
You're putting it out there right now. Are you putting mythical money on that?
Yeah.
How much are you going to put? How much are you going to
Give
put
me
on
25,000 mythical dollars on the Dodgers winning the World
You
Series.
and
I think it's a great bet, honestly.
You and Adrian Gonzalez.
Is that what Aegon
did? He
did?
the same thing last night. They were doing some predictions on the Spectrum Sportsnet post game after last night's Freeway Series game. And they put out, I don't remember which host, but put out, the Dodgers will win the World Series if, and you're supposed to fill in the blank. James Loney filled in the blank. And then Adrian Gonzalez said, I'm not going if.
Yeah,
they're
the
going to
Dodgers
win the
will.
World Series.
It's
They're
the right thing to
going
do.
win.
Have you ever seen a team that's as stacked as this one?
Never.
is?
Never in my whole life. By the way, never in my whole life, probably in any sport.
Like, it doesn't matter.
Well, I won't say that. I mean, you think about the Lakers in the day. But, I mean, this is the most dominant starting lineup / pitching rotation / bullpen I have ever seen in all my years following Major League Baseball.
You can go even further. You can say that they have one of the most dominant minor league systems. They have one of the most dominant ownership. It's the batting order. It's the defense, maybe not so much. Pitching staff, bullpen, coaching staff. Everything from top to bottom, all the way down, is the best of the best.
Before the show began, I was making a list. We were talking about the rotation and the bullpen, stuff like that. Who would be where? I had my own category of TBD. And TBD was like Otani, because we don't know when he's going to start pitching.
Do not know.
He's doing a bullpen today.
Tony Gonsolin, kind of TBD. Gratterall, kind of TBD. Kershaw.
60-day.
Bobby Miller. Like there's
Evan Phillips. There are a lot of guys,
Evan Phillips. Like these are all quality arms that you don't quite know how they're going to be used because they're so stacked.
Yeah, there's going to be other guys that are going to. I think Emmett Sheehan is supposed to come back
Emmett Sheehan,
at some point. They just have everything and every. Did you watch the game last
night?
No,
I did not.
Don't worry about it. No, that's a.
I do not watch preseason.
Fake games don't matter.
Looked like Dustin May was really good.
So Dustin May was fantastic last night. He was just mowing guys down. However, Eric Karros is saying it on the broadcast. He was saying, like, if you don't swing at the first pitch and you go back to the dugout, they're going to be mad at you. Like everybody,
they just want to get through it.
Just get through
just
it.
Get through
that
it.
game was like an hour and 55 minutes. They were trying to push through it as fast as possible.
You look at the Dodgers lineup is so long. And by the way, I think Michael Conforto is going to have a really good year.
I don't feel good about
I
Conforto.
feel great about Conforto.
Everybody does. I just don't have that feeling towards him. I didn't really like him when he was in New York.
He showed flashes with the Mets, and I'm telling you, the
flashes.
Dodgers are going to figure that out.
I hope so.
They're going to figure that out.
I hope he's Teo Part 2. Like, you come over here on a 1-year deal and just a lower amount of money, and you just take off so you can make a little bit more money for the rest of your career somewhere else.
And Tommy Edman is like just a great ball player.
Tommy Tanks is amazing. I love that guy so much.
He's just a player.
Yeah.
I mean, you can put him anywhere in the field. He's gonna do all the gritty stuff. He makes big plays. If he plays some second base, obviously he's going to play some center field.
Second baseman.
Now but we're going to see him in center field.
Yeah.
We're going to see Conforto in left, Edman in center, and Teoscar in right.
Yeah, they're going to move things around. Sometimes you'll see Andy Pajes in center
or
field.
James Outman is probably James Outman? Did he make the roster? Get sent down?
No, he's down. So it's going to be Andy Pajes at center field if it's not Edman.
Right.
So that means that Edman can come down and play second base.
Right.
It's ridiculous that so many players on this team can play in so many different positions.
And you were not a Mookie at short believer. In fact, I have won $10,000 mythical dollars from you.
Took me 5 minutes to get to that.
Yeah, I know. I was slow playing it, but you were wrong. You had didn't you have like some source or something that said this is going to happen?
It's not even source. It just, if you're looking at this team, I understand that Mookie wants to play. You have Tommy Edman that plays shortstop. You have Miguel Rojas that plays shortstop. You have even Kike can play it, or Haesung Kim could come up and play shortstop as well.
Right.
You don't need him to play shortstop. The best place for him to play, to help his career, to help the team, is just put him at second base every single day. That, to me, is the smartest thing.
And yet, I think
Mookie
Mookie wants to make a point.
Yeah, he wants us to show you that, hey,
I'm an elite player. I can play an elite position.
At anything that I want to be an elite at, I will be elite.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll be honest. Last year, I thought when you consider the degree of difficulty of what he was asked to do with very,
short time
to prep for it.
It's like 3 games left in the spring training.
That he was like somewhere between slightly below average and average shortstop with that little of a run-up is amazing.
Of course.
Like, in its own right, that's amazing. It also speaks to the depth of this team that even if you don't think Mookie at short is a good idea that makes any sense, they're so stacked and have so much depth, they can essentially let their star player screw around at a position for no particular reason, just because he wants to do it, and they're going to be fine.
And by the way, we will see Miguel Rojas at shortstop. I mean, they're going to mix and match.
And if it's
Edman
really
second,
not
all that
working,
stuff.
Mookie will move. It's not like he's going to stay there all season.
Oh, and by the way, we're going to see Kike move all around the field too. He's got great. I mean, the Dodgers love positionality.
He is the RBI leader of all of Major League Baseball for over a week now.
There you go. Yeah,
Kike Hernandez.
And the other thing,
and home run leader. By the way,
that streak's about that.
That bullpen,
yeah,
is going to be locked down. It's not locked down.
It's not fair. You add Kirby Yates and Tanner Scott to a bullpen that was already one of the best in all of baseball.
So you got Trinan to close. Well, we'll see what I want to see how they Tanner Scott, but I want to see how they use those pitchers because they haven't really designated one guy as a closer.
Right.
And they may bring Tanner Scott if their lineup is 2-3-4 or 3-4-5. It may be Tanner Scott throws the 8, Kirby Yates throws the 9, something like that.
Or Trinan.
That's why I will tell you, for fantasy baseball purposes, I won't take a Dodgers closer because Dodgers closers don't get every opportunity.
Well, but see, that's actually you might want to because they can get saves and holds. If you take a Dodger closer, you're getting both because they're going to move around. They'll be in the 7th or the 8th and get holds for you, or they get closers. I would rethink that strategy.
You would.
And take a couple of Dodgers. Like between Yates, Tanner Scott, Blake Trinan, Michael Kopech,
Evan Phillips.
Those guys are going to do everything.
Right. But why not just get a guy that's going to get me 40 saves?
Right, because you get positionality, you get
holds and saves. You might end up getting 40 saves in the aggregate plus some holds.
Plus like 10 holds.
You've been in my fantasy baseball league.
I hate it so much.
It is such a hard league, and it's already over. It ended already because did you meet Jason Chu?
Yeah,
at the party.
He wins every.
Jason Chu, this guy Jason Chu, who's at my party Friday night, wins every
He's a great
single year. He's a fantastic guy, but I think this is his full-time job. I don't think he does anything but try to win the Shaky League.
So he brought someone. I think it was he brought someone with him, and it was a cousin of Mookie Betts.
Oh, that's right.
How cool is that?
Well, and then he said a distant cousin.
A distant
but
cousin.
I would claim it.
Right, absolutely.
I
If
would claim
if you
it.
have any relationship with Mookie Betts, you take it.
So, Bergman, how is it being the big boss and running everything?
It's a lot of work. It is constantly doing something else. Constant meetings. I don't get a.
Meetings are fun.
Oh, there's so much.
Your Zoom calls are great.
And
I
you
love
get,
that.
You get questions that are like
Memos?
Are you really
What about
asking me?
memos?
No, emails. There's
Corporate emails?
Lots and lots of emails.
You write some?
I do write a lot of emails now, more so than I ever wanted to.
Some
write.
of them read.
Do you use like
I don't
Grammarly
think-
stuff like that? Make sure they look really good.
Do you use
I probably
ChatGPT?
should.
Yeah.
I should use ChatGPT.
You should use ChatGPT.
ChatGPT actually is very, very helpful in the corporate world, right?
People
it,
are doing.
It helps so much.
Somebody asked me for a letter of recommendation like 2 weeks ago, and I'm like, all right, ChatGPT,
GPT.
letter of recommendation,
Make
and it
a
was
little-
great. It was
make it a little
perfect.
sweeter.
Yeah, make it. Yeah, make it funny. You can do any of that stuff. So I was going to mention to you. UCLA got eliminated from the men's tournament. Are you following the women's tournament?
A little
UCLA,
bit.
the number 1 overall seed. Are you following it?
I'm following it a little bit. I think they have a really, really good squad between Gabriela Jaquez, Lauren Betts, Kiki Rice. That team is actually can do a lot of damage. And now, unfortunately, Juju is out. As you
That's
guys probably
so
it
sad.
was so sad.
So sad.
UCLA has a much better chance because that's the only team that beat them.
Yeah, and I mean
they beat South Carolina. They can hang with Paige Beckers and UConn.
Yeah, see, that's the one thing about USC, and I think they don't really have an opportunity to win it all. I mean, they have an opportunity, but they got to face Paige Beckers and UConn in the Elite Eight. They'd have to face UCLA in the Final Four.
Yeah,
They'd have to face maybe South Carolina in the championship game.
It's a tough road.
Without Juju is really, really hard. By the way, there's one person that filling out the brackets isn't as big a deal as it used to be, but there's one person who has a correct bracket, 100% correct
Still?
in the women's tournament. In the women's tournament, has a perfect bracket. Now, here's the wrinkle. It's somebody named Rip. That's all we know. It's somebody named Rip, and it's on Yahoo. They did not pick a champion.
They didn't pick a champion at all.
They did not pick a champion. So they've got.
How do you do a bracket?
They've got
and
a
not
final.
pick a champion?
They are
Men's or
absolutely
women's?
correct on everything. They never picked the final game, so
Rip
they
just
can't have a
forgot?
perfect bracket. I guess flaked and didn't pick the final.
Do
Can you
everything.
imagine?
You do the Final
Wait.
Four. You pick the championship game, but do I want who wins?
Rip, who
who
wins
cares?
that?
Rip apparently put thought into this.
Oh,
If
yeah.
Rip could be this far along and didn't. It's essentially not signing it.
Correct.
It's the
It's like-
equivalent of not signing the thing.
Can you imagine if Rip goes perfect and they just didn't pick the championship? It'd be the first time anybody ever goes perfect on any of these things, right?
Yeah, is it sick for me to want him to pick everything correct
It would be
and
really
not
funny.
have it?
Really funny.
That would be just perfect.
Yeah, honestly, big star. Rip, who didn't pick the
He's
championship
gonna go
game.
on. He's gonna do the whole car wash. He's gonna go
By
on
the way,
all the shows.
Nobody has everything right in the men's tournament.
It's impossible. Actually, this year would have been the closest that it could happen. All the top seeds are winning.
So there's one guy at Berkshire Hathaway, which is a company run by Warren Buffett. He every year for his employees puts $1 billion on the table and says, if you get every single pick right all the way to the championship game,
Can you
you
imagine
win
if
$1
Rip
billion.
had done that? For Berkshire Hathaway.
So, right.
God, what a mess.
Now this year, Warren Buffett changed the rules. He said if you can get 30 of the 32. Oh no! If you can get this Sweet 16.
All the way up
Correct.
To
All the way up to the Sweet 16, you get $1 million. Somebody has 15 of the 16.
What did he miss?
I don't know what he missed, but he did win the $1 million finally.
They gave it to him.
They gave it to him for
at 15 of the 16.
Yeah, you needed 14 of the 16 to get the million.
Okay.
One guy got 15 of the 16, got $1 million.
I mean, if you just picked chalk, you did pretty well.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, I picked my bracket is I picked the better seed in every single game. And so
you
far,
have ones. You have all ones.
I have 4 ones. I've got the number 1 overall seed Auburn beating the number 2 overall seed Duke. So I went chalk the entire way. I'm interested to see how the brackets turn out.
So when I did my bracket, I'm in your league, the Mason
Yeah,
Island.
yeah.
Yeah. I was doing it, and I had all chalk. It was either ones or twos for the most part in the Final Four. I was like, that never happens that way. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to put UNC in there. That was terrible.
No.
And I took St. John's to win the whole thing, and they lost.
Oh, they lost.
They were supposed to have a bunch of guys that were supposed to make the tournament with Patino. It all made so much sense.
He kept his best player on the bench during the critical stretch of that last game they got eliminated against Arkansas.
Yeah, coach.
And he got so mad when they asked him.
Oh,
about
he got
it.
so
He
pissed
was
off.
So pissed.
Well, and he said, "You know why he didn't play." And they're like, I don't want to say it, but
like,
the guy was 3 for 17 from the field. That's why he wasn't playing.
Yeah, but you make the last shot. I forget what it was at Maryland that they had the guy that was like 1 for 8, and he hit a 3-pointer to win the game at the end of the game. Sometimes when you're 3 for 17, you still hit the big shot.
Yeah. Hey, I want to say something about Children's Hospital Los Angeles. We have had such a great time raising money for their Make March Matter campaign. Thank you to everybody who has bid on items. Right now, in fact, you can go and bid on the opportunity to cover the LA Kings for a day. You get to ride the Zamboni, which I have done. You get to meet Bailey. All the proceeds to your bid go to Children's Hospital Los Angeles. You can visit 710-4FORCHLA.com. That's 710-4CHLA.com. And by the way, you can go there and just make a donation. There's a tab where you can just make a donation.
Yep.
So if you got $5, if you got $10, whatever that is, every single penny counts. So we met so many of the great doctors over there. I had such a great time doing that show live from Children's Hospital. And did you yawn, Andy?
I stifled it.
Oh, my God.
What, are you bored by this? This is amazing stuff.
Bored by this?
Honestly, I'm stifling.
Are you
emotion.
bored?
You're holding back tears.
I really am. It's.
By the way,
tough to hear some of
Andy raised I think close to $1,800.
Oh, to host Lakers Talk?
$1,600. 13. Sorry. Well, either
Nice.
way, to host
Still
Lakers
alive.
Talk.
I don't think it's still alive. I think they closed
No,
it.
that's closed.
Yeah,
Well, I mean,
that's
it would have
close.
gotten out of hand, obviously.
Oh,
But,
my God.
I mean,
The bidding
at some
would have been.
point-
Yeah.
I mean, true story.
Okay.
Somebody actually did reach out to see if they could put another episode of Lakers Talk out there for bidding because this guy wanted to host and I guess he fell asleep right before the bidding closed and he got beat.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's a true story. So,
Bergman, I got a question for you. Do you think, because Andy's yawning, do you think everybody that sits
I'm
in
overcome
that
by emotion,
do you think
guys.
everybody that sits in that chair starts to doze off?
I mean,
is it me? I'm starting to take this personally. Ireland goes to sleep in hour number 3
with the Lakers.
I'm
Talk.
trying to really method act the role of Ireland, and that includes falling asleep during the show.
yawn really worked.
That was the first time you told that story on the air, so you're not there at that point. Yeah.
Leave it to me to call out the yawn. By the way, that website again is 710-4FORCHLA.com.
I feel like you don't call John out nearly enough.
Oh,
for
no,
yawn.
I call him out.
He calls him out all the time.
Oh, yeah.
It's a
I
lot
call
more
him
now.
out.
Okay.
He was
Whenever he
afraid
says I
before.
can't sleep at night, I'm like, pretend it's 2 p.m. All right.
I mean, it's not wrong.
Coming up next, what did LeBron say about J.J. Redick during the appearance on Pat McAfee? We got that coming up next for you. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
It's the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Every weekday morning at 9 a.m.
Join Cappy, O'Shea Jackson Jr., and producer Lindsay, and myself, apparently, for a special viewing of Monday Night Raw. On Monday.
I like it raw.
I guess. On Monday, April 7th at Hollywood Park Casino, and there's going to be one grand prize winner who's going to win a pair of tickets to the big wrestling event in Las Vegas. You know which one that is?
I have a sense of which one
We
it
can
is.
play the song, because I don't think that we'll get in trouble if we play the official song.
Okay.
RSVP now for your spot at ESPNLA.com. Must be present to win, which means you're going to have to be in the house at HBC. ESPNLA.com. Must be 21 years or older to enter. Park, party, and play at Hollywood Park Casino, LA's premier card room. Now open 24/7. We'll see you there on April 7th for Monday Night Raw.
two biggest clubs in MLS.
And some of the biggest soccer icons around the globe.
Giroud, Messi, Lloris, Suarez, Bouanga, Busquets.
LAFC versus Inter Miami.
Oh my goodness, Denise! 7 days away.
And you can live it all here on 710 ESPN.
And the ESPN LA app.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. We are ranked number 18 in the nation and number 1 in Orange County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News & World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again, at work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text BREAK to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast. Absolutely free. Text BREAK to 321-321. That's BREAK to 321-321.
Mason in Ireland on 710.
I've got to be honest. I have no idea how you do it.
I'm not sure how I do it.
I would not. Would not be my scene.
More of Mason in Ireland right now.
Just read this story about. Let's see, what countries? Sri Lanka. What were the odds Sri Lanka would be mentioned on the show today?
Not on my bingo card today.
All 22 million people lost power.
At once?
At once. One monkey got into the power grid and took the entire country down.
Ooh.
A monkey took...
One monkey took 22 million people down.
On one hand, total pain in the ass for the entire country. On the other hand, totally adorable.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Right.
I mean,
it's a monkey.
I mean, that's a monkey. It's mischievous, hijinks.
But you know, there are two kinds. Well, at least in South America and Central, there are two kinds of monkeys. There's the nice ones and there's the mean ones.
Capucci.
The Capuchins are the meanest monkeys. They're like an angry gang. Yeah, they are awful. But
honestly, I would not have guessed that there was 22 million in Sri Lanka.
Oh, no?
I thought it was smaller.
Yeah. Did you watch Zero Day? Anybody watch the De Niro show Zero Day?
No.
It's an interesting premise. Is
that with him and Plemons, Jesse Plemons?
Yes. Somebody, and I just watched episode 1 last night, but somebody takes down everything, all technology for 60 seconds and then gives it back. And all the terrible stuff happens if you lose all your technology at once. It's a good show, but it's a little bit the same. One monkey took down the country. All right, so LeBron did his LeBron versation. Correct.
Pat McAfee, yes.
On Pat McAfee, and he talked a little bit about J.J. Redick. Listen to this.
I think the best thing about J.J. is that he's just a great podcaster.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is. We learned a lot, brother.
Yeah, one of the best.
You guys were talking about when doubles here, then we round here, then we go under this.
He's just a podcaster that, for some odd reason, became a head coach and all because of me. You know, it's just the weirdest thing in the world, and those conversations have died down. But no, I think one thing about JJ, man, he bleeds the game and he breathes the game of basketball every single day. He's one of those guys that it's kind of just like me. Like if we lose a game or we didn't play up to par, there's no such thing as sleeping that night. There's no such thing of sleeping into the next match, into the next game. And he's just determined to he's a kid, and I love it.
So this is sort of that he's a basketball sicko thing. Like, is there something that you eat, breathe, and live? I mean, the way that J.J. Redick does with basketball or the way LeBron does with basketball?
Honestly, probably not.
Yeah, probably not.
I mean, I'd like to think that I work hard at the things that I care about, whether when I show up here,
Sure.
whether I being a parent,
Yep.
like what the things that I care about or that I care to learn about. I try to learn as much as I can.
Yeah.
But the idea of being that obsessed,
yeah,
I don't know if I'm wired
I
that
have
way, to be
many,
honest.
many interests. And I follow all of them. It's like everybody's got a sports documentary. It's like I can't just do sports documentaries. Like I got to do other stuff too. But JJ Redick is just gym rat, cares about basketball sicko. He uses the term, and I think that's where. And he joked about podcasts, but I think that's where this all started. This all started because if you go back and listen to the Mind the Game podcast with LeBron and JJ, they clearly share so much philosophically about the game that it made sense all along that they would go out and hire LeBron's podcast partner as the head coach.
Yeah, I mean, I would like to think that the only reason they hired JJ was not simply he was LeBron's podcast partner. They thought they have a good relationship because you're only going to have LeBron so many years.
Right.
And your hope is that JJ becomes your coach for the next decade or
Sure.
so. Like the Lakers have had too much of a revolving door at coach to hire a short-time guy to appease LeBron.
Although, think about it, it is a short window. I mean, the window is open, and LeBron's going to be here, next year, maybe another year. But they wanted to capitalize on the LeBron of it. Now that they've got Luka,
right.
It's become a very different dynamic.
But the point being, though, I would think that beyond them knowing he and LeBron have a good relationship, and obviously that's great for your coach that's going to be coaching LeBron, you want to believe in him anyway. I imagine, though, Mind the Game was a great platform, though, for just showing off how well JJ communicates basketball.
Yeah, for sure.
Thinks about basketball, understands the modern game. Between that and the work he was doing at ESPN calling games,
yeah,
I imagine JJ was very aware this is an awesome platform for me.
Yes.
To eventually go into coaching if he was interested.
And by the way, now LeBron is restarting the Mind the Game podcast. Here's a little promo for that.
I've heard many people say you can't make a blockbuster trade mid-season and contend.
Oh, they're wrong.
I'd like to know you.
They're wrong. Yo,
Steve
we back
Nash.
at it, man. Mind the Game here with Steve Nash, two-time MVP.
Last year you were doing this with a professional podcaster who now is your head coach.
I've always loved the players that breathe so much confidence into his teammates that make them believe that they're actually better than what they really are.
In this episode, LeBron references angle pop.
Angle pop action, where the big comes up, set it, he pops. We got a guy coming out of the slot. Whoever we want on the backside, it could be
anyone.
Real quick. If he gets a head coaching job, because whatever, we didn't talk about this beforehand, guys.
Yeah, right.
But two great minds, though. Once again.
So weird because I was just talking about the angle pop the other day. They are in it. Like they are in. By the way, so one of the things that came out of my party last week was Deacon Fry and his buddy Cameron know so much about NBA basketball.
Oh, I talked to them for a
so
little
much
while.
about the Lakers, and
Yeah.
they are two of the craziest Laker fans I have ever met. And Cameron, Deacon's buddy, is like totally into the analytics.
He's like a savant.
He is. He's
Yeah.
like a savant.
Yeah.
I texted Ireland yesterday. I'm like, let's get him in to meet somebody at the Lakers because
Yeah,
he's like an analytics genius.
Yes, he really is. I was like mind blown. Like I didn't talk to them as much as you guys did. I think I talked to Deacon more than I did Cameron.
Right.
But I just like what I overheard when I was around him. I'm like,
Hardcore, man. Hardcore.
they were super in love with you guys.
We had a blast. And I get to go see the Eagles next week at Sphere, which I'm super excited about too.
That's awesome.
Coming up next for you is What's Up, Fool? We've got stuff from Laura. We got stuff from Brian.
What's up, fool?
In the meantime, Newsflash. Let me actually do this. Newsflash. Not all personal injury attorneys treat you the same way. What's
I thought we were about to get some breaking news.
We are breaking news. Not all injury attorneys treat you the same
Well,
way.
if you're
This
talking,
is breaking news,
No, but
Andy.
here's the thing: if you're talking about who I think you're about to talk about,
Yeah.
that's not breaking news.
That's
to me.
true. He's been doing this for years. You're right. He's
Exactly.
been doing this for over 25 years. Some big law firms take one look at a case and they're like, that's not big enough. So what do? They pass it off to some junior attorney, some guy just out of law school, somebody who just passed the bar, somebody who barely knows the ropes.
It's not a mailroom.
Yeah, exactly. That's not how Jacob operates. Every case matters to Jacob. Every client gets the attention they deserve. Think about this. When the insurance company tries to lowball you, who do you want fighting back? An L.A. legend like Jacob Imrani or somebody just fresh out of law school trying to get by? Don't take that risk. If you're injured, call Jacob. Get the care you need and the compensation you deserve. 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. 844-24-JACOB. Or remember,
accident or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob.
And if you or a loved one has been injured or lost property because of the recent wildfires, call Jacob for a free case evaluation. Together, we will rebuild. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
The most followed sports radio station in the world.
In the world. That's right. In the world.
710 ESPN.
You know it. Yeah. Tell your friends.
At ESPN Los Angeles on Instagram, Facebook, X, YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch.
We're naturally entertaining.
Yes. LA's mega sports station. 710 ESPN.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Being young with unlimited energy to burn. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
All guys lose their edge when they turn 40. The body has less testosterone. That's why I take Nugenix Total T.
I've heard about Nugenix. That really works?
Since I started taking Nugenix, I'm lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. I feel more energized at work. It's even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try?
Yep, send a text. It's that easy.
Text LIKE to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. It's the #1 selling testosterone boosting brand at GNC and Walmart. Do it now and they'll also send you a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, their newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text LIKE to 42424. That's LIKE to 42424. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Thinking about selling your home? Seller's Advantage makes it easy. No agents, commissions, open houses, or costly repairs. They'll give you a fair cash offer with no surprises. One seller said, and I quote, Seller's Advantage was faster, easier, and more rewarding than listing my house. The offer matched my expectations, and the process was stress-free. Call 888-390-AS-IS or visit sellersadvantage.com for your free cash offer.
DRE number 01961658.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
It's the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event at Carden Alleyway Hyundai Corona. Get 2.99% APR financing for 72 months on a new 2025 Hyundai Santa Fe, Tucson, or Elantra. Plus, drive with confidence with America's best warranty, a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty, and Hyundai's assurance program. Visit us off the 91 freeway or at CardenAlleyWayHyundai.com.
On approved credit, 0 security deposit, 72 payments of $1,519 for $1,000 financed. Expires 03/31/2025.
Whether you're building a single roof or a successful roofing business, roofing contractors like you need the right tools for the job, and software is no exception. Service Titan is on a mission to be the most powerful software platform for the trades, with purpose-built technology proven to maximize revenue, streamline operations, and deliver 5-star customer experiences. We are taking roofing companies like yours to the next level and beyond. Service Titan, we are built for this. See what we can do for roofers at servicetitan.com.
Evan Cohen here. Picking a place to build a life is a lot like selecting a draft pick. Make a decision that will set you up for long-term success. Pick Wisconsin. In Wisconsin, you'll find dynamic career opportunities, beautiful seasons, affordable living, and legendary weekends. From its high quality of life and great schools to its fine arts, culinary, and pro sports scenes, Wisconsin gives you so much to look forward to. That's why you should pick Wisconsin. Learn more about making Wisconsin your home. Visit pickwisconsin.com.
There's LeBron and Luka, the dynamic duo taking over the NBA.
I can't believe that we just had an assist, LeBron James to Luka Doncic.
But before that, there was the original duo, the OGs of LA Sports Radio.
Ireland has an idea. I do. I think it's stupid, but there are other ideas out there.
More Mason and Ireland right now.
What's Up, Fool is brought to you by Dos Hombres Mezcal. It's fate. It's friendship. It's mezcal. Dos Hombres.
Thank you, Brian.
I wanted to shout out Brian's daughter, Taylor Dearden, who is doing a great job, really terrific in The Pit, which is the new series on Max. That's a lot like ER. It is a great show, and she's terrific in it. By the way, Beto's hanging out with his story. Jump in anytime, Beto.
I just came to be paid audience member. That's all.
You're paid. All
Live
right.
before, what does it say? Before studio audience or whatever?
Studio audience,
Yeah,
exactly.
that's me. I just, mooching.
All right, mooch
You're
away.
a seat filler.
All right, what do you got, Brian?
Baseball stadium here is kicking off. So all these stadium rankings are starting to come out, and the food rankings here. So U.S. News World and Report put out their best ballpark food ranking. 3 years in a row goes to the New York Mets.
The Mets?
The Mets, yeah. And, I went to the game last night, Anaheim, and first thing I went in there, give me those helmet nachos.
Helmet nachos,
So my question here to you is one item at a baseball stadium, what's the best item you could get here?
Andy?
I like the helmet ice cream.
Helmet ice cream is very
Helmet
good,
ice
yeah.
cream is strong.
The one at Dodger Stadium, they do it with a couple churros in it as
Yes,
well.
they do. Yes, they do. Laura, you're at Dodger games. What do you get?
I'm helmet nachos. I used to be a Dodger dog person until they changed it, but helmet nachos with the carne asada.
Oh, yeah.
So good. So actually, the Korean food one that they had, the feast, was really good too.
Really good?
Yeah, with the waffle fries. That was pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
For $30, it was really good.
It was a lot of food too.
I'm a big helmet nachos guy. I don't go to a game without getting helmet nachos. I'm really simple. I'm a simpleton when it comes to ballpark food. I will eat a Dodger dog only because I eat a hot dog when I go to a game. I do have helmet nachos, and then I just drink soda. I may be feeling,
soda.
feeling a little. Yeah,
Dame
soda
la
pop.
margarita.
Soda pop.
What's up, fool? All right, guys. So I read an article that 2/3 of Americans want their childhood products to come back.
Okay.
So I thought that was interesting, and I started thinking about what kind of products did I play with when I was, a child. Some of them can do without. Some of them I would love to come back. So I ask you guys, what is one product from your childhood that you would love to have back now?
Okay.
Andy, you go first.
I don't know if it's a product per se, but when I was in elementary school, I was so good at tetherball. I would love to have a tetherball pole and ball.
Yeah.
It is not hyperbole to say that were tetherball an Olympic sport, I was on the way to representing this country.
Really? Wow.
Oh, you did not want to F with me with the tetherball.
I thought I was until I met my match, and I was like, oh, Laura sucks.
I think I would want back the Etch-a-Sketch.
Oh, the Etch-a-Sketch.
Oh, wow, that's
Etch-a-Sketch.
interesting.
I had a friend that made the most elaborate, almost like paintings
You know
on the
who is
Etch-a-Sketch.
amazing at that? She's like a savant. Mina Kimes.
Is she really?
She is amazing with Etch-a-Sketch drawings.
Oh, okay.
She's
Yes.
phenomenal.
Etch-a-Sketch is I thought this was, and I also love a good Slinky. I'm big on the Slinky. Those are
Slinkies are
fun.
cute.
Those are fun.
Give me the Razor scooter. You don't see those anymore. They're all electric now. and stuff.
Electric, yeah.
The classic Razor scooter.
Brian remembers when you had to work for it on your scooter.
Right.
That's
You actually had
right.
to put in the effort. Come on now.
Beto, anything from your childhood you'd like to bring back?
No, I didn't have toys. I just had baseball and a football and basketball. There
Yeah,
was
that
not
stuff
many
is
toys.
still in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I didn't
Never
really-
went out of style.
Never had no video games. And Brian, how bad are your shins if you had the razor?
Well, you work them up, so they're
Yeah.
actually pretty good now. But
Yeah.
that was the worst.
Do you ever take the electric ones?
The lime
when
scooters?
you go out drinking and stuff, you're not supposed to ride them when you're partaking.
That's what I do
So
around
you
here.
don't?
Yeah.
So you don't?
So you're the drunk stone guy on the scooter at the end of the
exactly.
night? Oh,
Yeah,
good.
He is not. He
Stay
is
on
Take
the
it slow,
sidewalk.
though,
The
Take it
scooter
slow.
people have become the new bike people.
Oh, they're
in terms
so
of
bad.
pain in the ass on the
They
road.
are a
No.
pain in the
You know
ass.
what the
yeah.
worst? Those e-bike teen punk kids.
Yeah.
Because they ride in packs.
Yep.
And then they
Yes.
get in the
They
way.
do.
And it's in the affluent neighborhoods in the beach cities. What's up, Hermosa? And then they look at you. So don't go over there.
Yeah.
Punk kids.
Punk kids.
What's up, fool?
All right, guys,
It's our target audience, punk kids.
Hey,
I saw this story yesterday that San Diego is becoming the first city to pass a ban of digital-only coupons. So if you're offering a coupon, you have to actually honor one in store too. So you can't just have them digitally. And it kind of got me thinking, the way you shop, is there something that you would get only with the coupon? I know you got the discount on the massage chair kind of deal.
I did.
Would you have gotten that without the coupon or the discount?
Well,
or things like that?
I don't think I would have gotten it without the discount. Ireland got 2 massage chairs almost basically for the price of one. It was a killer deal. No coupon involved. I don't know. Who still cuts coupons? Does
I do
anybody
them
get
digitally.
Remember they used to have the circular that would come, and my mom would cut out the coupons
We
for
still
everything,
get
and then
because my wife and I are both Ralph's members.
Yep.
And we have our number in that. We still get the paper coupons mailed to us.
Do you?
Oh, wow.
In addition to the stuff that we load up onto the phone.
Yeah, I have not done a coupon in a really long time.
Even the digital?
No, even the digital. What's an example of a coupon I would use?
Well, like when they send you a 20% off email, right?
Oh, yeah, no,
That's a
I will
coupon.
take advantage. Enter a code
Yeah.
for 20%
That's why I buy all my clothes.
I do
like
that.
Viore and Bill, they love me because they always send me
Are
a
you
coupon.
an influencer with Viore?
You should be.
Viore, I have a discount code, and Bill kind of.
Yeah, I don't have a discount
But you
code
want
for
20%?
Viore. Yeah.
Okay, I got you.
All right, good. Yeah, no, I'm sure there are still people that cut out coupons. There need to be physical coupons, I suppose.
When I was a paper boy, on Wednesdays, we used to deliver the coupons for the Daily Breeze. That's when the paper used to get folded in half.
Yep.
And those seniors were waiting, because I used to deliver to the mobile homes.
Yeah.
And they're like, the coupons.
They're manufactured homes.
I used to love on Sundays, like the Sunday LA Times, and you'd open up in the middle, they'd have just like pages and pages of coupons.
What are you talking about manufacturers?
Mobile homes have a bad rap. We call them manufactured homes.
You know who owns a lot of the mobile homes or
Who?
manufactured homes in Southern California? Jimmy Goldstein.
Is that right?
He owns most of the parks.
Wow.
The land of it.
That's valuable, man. That's valuable stuff.
What's up, Fu? All right, guys. So talking about baseball, I saw this. Fanatics put this out saying that Cionel Perez is known for catching home runs in his cap, but now it's the fans' turn. So the first fan to catch a home run during the 2025 MLB regular season will win 10 times the distance of the home run in fan cash. Okay, you will also get the coveted Golden Cap trophy. You just have to follow and tag Fanatics using Fanatics Golden Cap in a post. And I started to think, like, I'm not a big person. Like, when I go to games, I don't take my glove. I'm not a glove, taker or whatever.
You're an adult.
Yeah, you're a grown-up.
Yeah, but I've seen adults.
Some
do
adults
it.
bring their glove.
Go talk to them.
If you're out in the home run, the home run seats, I don't mind a glove.
Listen, but my thing is, do you guys think that there's going to be a spike in people taking their gloves? Because I do see some, not a lot of adults, but I do see some with gloves because they're trying to make some money on this. Like, I know I wouldn't take a glove because I'm not doing that.
I would not take a glove to a game.
I'm not going to be that person.
It's a special kind of person. And I don't judge.
No,
We're not judging.
Yeah, I'm not judging. If
We're
you
not
bring your
judging.
glove, good for you. And
What
if
up, Rodney Pete?
you're in the home run seats, I get it.
Yeah.
Right?
If you're in the left field bleachers,
Yeah.
you hear that. If you go to batting practice, I know there's people that go to batting practice
Right.
and take their glove because they're batting
Sure.
practice. You're going to get it.
Although
that's a different story.
Since they put up those the netting, it's harder
no,
to get
if
a
you're
foul ball.
in the pavilion, yeah. If you're going taking it in the first space side, no, you're not going to get it.
You're not getting anything.
If you're in the pavilion, I can understand.
Yeah,
that.
right.
Even then, though, let the kids catch it.
So I don't think there will necessarily be a spike because there's just a certain kind of person that brings a glove, and those are the people that will continue to do it.
I was
we
going to
don't
say,
judge.
I imagine most of the people that would bring a glove for this giveaway are the people that were bringing their glove anyway.
Yes.
Okay. I just thought it was a fun
It is.
giveaway.
It is. You don't bring a glove, Brian. You don't bring a
just
glove.
use your hand.
Exactly.
Like a man.
Dude, I got little hands, though.
Well, that's a good
No,
question.
for 10
Then
seconds.
the boo should be catching it for you.
Are you one? Do you
Don't
use
go-
your hand if the ball is coming your way? Do you reach out for it?
I do. I have actually caught a foul
He
ball.
actually
last
has.
week.
Oh,
Barehanded.
Nice,
Yeah.
Brian.
Off
That
the bat
doesn't-
of D. Gordon. First pitch of the game.
D. Gordon.
I remember
Must have been a
that
foul
moment.
ball.
Flash.
Yeah. Flash.
Gordon.
Beto, what about you? Do you
No.
catch?
Oh,
you-
yeah,
if a ball's coming your way, do you grab it?
Go away from it.
Go away from it.
I move,
A lot
man.
of
I'm
people.
like,
There are two kinds of people. There are people that go towards the ball and people away from the
Those
ball.
balls are hit hard.
Yes.
They are.
And the people that go for the ball, frankly, they're savages.
Yeah.
Like,
They
they're going to be
are
knocking
savages.
you out of the way, elbowing, clawing. Like, I want no part of that.
See, I go for the ball. I don't really want it, but I go for it because I know it looks soft if I don't go for it.
Oh, I don't care to
Gotta
look
make the
soft,
effort.
man.
Yeah, I've got to make the effort.
Soft.
I know I'm not going to get
yes,
it.
I'm with Beto. I'm
Yeah,
soft.
Soft. Everybody soft here.
These hands hurt.
I'm technically soft, but I'm trying to
I'll-
look
I
tough.
always love it. The dude that catches the ball with a beer in his hand.
Oh, that's
Oh, that's
or,
a dope
or with
dude.
a
And he does-
baby.
A baby.
Oh, the baby's stupid.
Yeah.
Turn around, protect the baby,
I totally agree.
and leave the baby at home too.
All right, there you have it. There's your What's Up for. And the next, coming up next for you. Do you care about the home run derby on All-Star Weekend? The answer is apparently yes. And one broadcast legend has announced his retirement date. We'll talk about that coming up. Mason and Ireland, 7, and I think Ireland's going to join us. 7:10 ESPN.
The countdown is on. In just 7 days, LAFC battle Inter Miami.
In the CONCACAF Champions Cup quarterfinals from BMO Stadium.
Black and gold! The two biggest clubs in MLS.
And some of the biggest soccer icons around the globe.
Giroud, Messi, Lloris, Suarez, Bouanga, Busquets.
LAFC versus Inter Miami.
Oh my goodness, Denise! 7 days away.
And you can live it all here on 710 ESPN.
And the ESPN LA app.
Accident or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob.
Hey guys, what's up? It's George Sedano. Waiting is never fun. Usually nothing good happens when you wait. My friend Jacob in the law offices of Jacob and Ronnie want to make sure you don't wait after an accident. Immediately after an accident, before talking to the insurance company, call Jacob, man. Jacob and his team will do all the work, make all the phone calls, handle the paperwork, set up the doctor's appointments, whatever the case may be. And when you speak to the insurance company first, it's a big mistake. Because you know why? They may later use your words against you. However, Jacob and his team, they'll guide you through the process, get you the compensation you deserve, and you don't have to pay Jacob unless he wins. Nothing out of pocket. Free. Gratis. So if you're injured in an accident, the first name, the first thought, the first call should be Jacob. Jacob, Jacob, Jacob. The consultation is free. That's right. Free. I told you. Gratis. Don't wait. Call Jacob 24 hours a day at 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. Call him 844-24-JACOB or visit him online at calljacob.com.
Call Jacob.
And don't forget to join Cappy O'Shea Jackson Jr. and producer Lindsay for a special viewing of Monday Night Raw on April 7th at Hollywood Park Casino. There will be one grand prize of a pair of tickets to see the big wrestling event in Las Vegas. RSVP for your spot at ESPNLA.com. You must be present to win, so make sure to stay there. It must be 21 years or older to enter. Park, party, and play at Hollywood Park Casino, LA's premier card room, now open 24/7.
Hey, it's Mace. Want a new game to get excited about? Check out Chumba Casino, your favorite online social casino. It's free to play, no strings attached. Enjoy social casino games like bingo, slingo, and slots and more with new releases every week, whether you're at home or on the go. Play for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. Get started today at ChumbaCasino.com.
Available only to players in the U.S., excluding Delaware, Washington, Michigan, Montana, Connecticut, and Nevada, and Canada, excluding Quebec.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
The LPGA Tour returns to Los Angeles for the JM Eagle LA Championship, presented by Pro, April 17th through the 20th at El Caballero Country Club. Come watch 144 of the world's best female golfers, including standout LPGA superstar Nelly Korda and back-to-back champion Hannah Green. Tickets start at just $25. First responders, military, kids under 18, and those affected by the Eaton and Palisades fires get in free. Get your tickets today at jmeaglelachampionship.com.
Hi, it's LeBron. The Lakers play here.
710 ESPN.
KSPN, Los Angeles.
A good karma brands radio station.
Mason in Ireland on 710.
I mean, would you rather have good life or sex? Good sex. Good life, good sex.
Well, I got both.
There you go. That's
good
the correct
for you,
answer.
Johnny I.
More of Mason in Ireland right now.
Today is Diana Ross's 81st birthday.
Now, she is a diva in the
She
greatest way
is.
possible.
She is. So I interviewed her one time when I was doing the Snyder Show. Her hair was gigantic. And then Ireland and I went to the Hollywood Bowl and saw Sting in concert. We were in front of Diana Ross.
Wow.
Yeah, we had
Amazing.
really good seats. And we turned around. Diana Ross knew every word to every song. She was singing and dancing along. It was unbelievable. She was just like such a cool lady.
I love her. I love her daughter, Tracy Ellis Ross. Love
her daughter's great.
I love him.
Yeah.
Sounded kind of creepy.
At some
My
point,
bad.
Ireland's going to join us here. In the meantime, does the home run derby still matter at the All-Star Game weekend? Do people get into it?
I can only speak for me.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the dunk contest at this point. It's lost its novelty for me.
No, for me it's different because the way they've tweaked it around,
Yeah.
and they keep adding different elements to it. And because the degenerate that I am, I bet on every single round.
Right.
Because you can find really, really good odds on certain players.
Sure.
And you get after. But it's because they haven't kept it the same, where the NBA
Right.
is always the same thing.
The same thing
Baseball makes
repetitively, yeah.
It's the only thing you really watch on All-Star Weekend.
Yeah, they changed the format around. And by the way, now Major League Baseball, it is such a valuable property that they are going to sell the television rights just for the Home Run Derby for $50 million. $50 million a year for just the Home Run Derby. And Netflix is in on this, and Apple's in on this, and everybody's in on the Home Run Derby. It's going to go for a bunch of money. The new TV deals and I also believe that ESPN will wind up in the baseball business still, even though there's a falling out there. I still think ESPN is going to be involved in some way. But now, piecemealing, there are so many people with the streamers bidding on stuff. It's driving prices.
It reminds me of the way, Fox and Disney have merged on certain things. And you've got, like, Apple doing business with a different studio. Like, there's only 7 or 8 of these massive companies.
Right.
So, like, at this point, in some ways, the competitive level of it is gone. It's just about putting up the money for all this stuff, and sometimes they get in business with each other.
Yeah. The other thing I wanted to get to, Jim Nantz has been doing the Masters for I don't know how many years. How many years do you think? What's your guess?
Over 30 years, because he was in his 30s when he started doing the Masters.
Yeah, he has announced that
this story.
He is going to retire after the 2036 Masters. So he's planned that far out. That will be his 50th Masters.
I'm going to my calendar right now on my phone.
Go ahead and put that in. Go to 2036, Jim Nantz, last Masters.
And that's a final.
And that is a final. In how many years is that?
11.
11 years. He's got 11 more years. I'm announcing my retirement for 11 years from now.
Did something in particular prompt Nantz to say this or drop this info?
It'll be his 51st Masters that he's going to call. So that's what it is. And
yeah, that's the number.
51st?
It'll be in 11 years. It'll be his 51st Masters that he's called.
Yeah.
So he'll be in his 80s.
Yeah, he'll be in his 80s.
You know what? Jim Nantz is apparently not a round numbers guy. Because
why 51? Why wouldn't it be 50 on the nose?
You would think he'd go 50 on the nose.
He's actually only 65.
So 65.
He'll be 76.
76. That's a reasonable broadcast age.
Yeah.
Ireland's going to be doing Laker games in 76.
And it'll be, if I'm not mistaken, I believe it'll be the 100th edition of the Masters.
It'll be the 100th Masters.
Okay.
That's significant.
And he's going to scale back by that time. I'm pretty sure by that time he won't be doing as much, where it's like, let me work 1 week in a year.
I've said, I always said that I would retire after the 2028 Olympics, and I've scratched that.
Forget it.
I'm just going to keep doing this.
Why would you want to work the Olympics?
I love the Olympics.
I know, but why would you want to work the LA ones?
Because
it's not the same.
No, the Olympics. I thought that when I went to Salt Lake, I'm like, oh, big deal, it's Salt Lake.
Oh no, Salt Lake.
Salt Lake was spectacular. My favorite
backyard.
Olympics.
It's your backyard. You know everything here.
But here's the thing: it's going to be. LA is going to be at its best for the Olympics.
Yeah.
It is going to be amazing. I mean, I wasn't here in '84, but people that were here in '84, like Ireland, said, "Oh, it's amazing." You weren't around.
The one thing that I'm jealous of you, Steve Mason, in your career, probably the only thing I'm jealous of you, is that you've worked the Olympics. It's the only thing I've never been able to do.
Right.
I've had opportunities, but contract-wise, I wasn't able to do it a couple times.
Yeah.
And because whenever I used to board up when you were. I think Salt Lake, maybe.
Salt Lake, yeah.
Because you were doing radio.
Yes.
So I was like, damn, I wish one day I could go to you spend a month in whatever city you're in, the adventures, the stories, you and Michelle Tafoya and Nagano. I mean, come on now.
Now, why wouldn't you want to work the Olympics in LA?
Because I know LA. Been here, done that. I know everything about it. It just doesn't have the same feel of being.
See, I think about the Coliseum and all the track and field events, and that's where Jesse Owens
Well, it'll be
ran.
at SoFi. I mean,
No, track and field is at.
Oh, they're going to keep it there.
They're putting the track back. It's going to be at the Coliseum. The swimming is going to be at SoFi.
That's right,
they're putting a gigantic pool in SoFi.
I think what Beto's talking about though is like the difference between it. The Olympic Games are one
Of course.
thing.
I went to them this summer. They were beautiful to see.
Yeah, you went to Paris. That's right.
Those remain amazing. I think what Beto's talking about is his own personal experience doing this as a worker.
Like, I don't want to live at home and do the Olympics. I want to be in one of the fancy hotels.
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing.
See, I think it's a chance for all of us to pitch in and make LA the coolest place.
It already is.
I agree with you, but we want the world to see that.
They're never going to see that.
No, they will. They absolutely will. You walk away from a city at the Olympics and say, that's a hell of a city. Sydney, great city. Salt Lake, great city.
All places I wish. Was it? You went to Russia. Did you go to Russia?
I did not go to Sochi.
You didn't go to Sochi?
I didn't go to Sochi. That one I didn't go to.
I have opportunities where I've angled myself in where I can do stuff.
Right.
I'm thinking because boxing is going to get reinstated for 2028.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Get in. It just recently got passed last week, so I can find a way to get in. But I'm like, by that time, hopefully 2028, you don't ever know me anymore. I'll be gone.
Oh, come on, Beto.
Oh, I will be.
You
gone.
will have blown up by then.
No. The way I'm going, blown up the wrong way.
No, you will have.
And that's a final.
No, it will not be a final. It will not be a final.
Career-wise, yes. Oh,
why?
Because I want to be gone.
You want to be gone?
Yes.
What do you want to be doing?
Live in Florence and just pour wine.
That's it.
What more do you need?
You don't find yourself. You don't think it's fun to be in the mix of L.A.?
No.
Like, I'm never going to leave L.A.
No, I'm getting.
I know there are people that are like, I got to get out of. I love L.A.
There's a reason I live very, very cheap because I'm saving all this money. So when I'm in my 50s, I could just be gone. Where I'm like, you know what? I'm buying some property in Puerto Vallarta, right? I'm gonna rent that out. Cool. All right, I'm gonna go live in Italy for a few months. I'm gonna go do this for a few months.
Damn.
Because what's the kid? My daughter, I already told her, I drop you off in college. You're on your own, bro. 3 more years.
I'm trying to think who did that. Rick Riley did this.
Yeah, but he was a multimillionaire. I'm not. I'm a
Doug
broke
Krikorian does this.
I have dinner with Doug once a month.
Doug
He spends 2 months in Europe every year.
Come on, that's living.
That's like BT.
BT spends the summer in France.
Now, my one thing that
I just don't want to work. I just want to be there.
The one thing that I want, and you guys go ahead and bag on me. I would like to have 1 month off every year.
Do it.
1 month off.
As opposed to what you're doing now?
No, but he splits it up.
But now I split it up. I just like to have one all
Got it.
together so I could go and
So you're
travel.
Mike Greenberg.
That's what Greenberg does. Exactly.
Howard Stern does that.
Yeah.
Here's the thing.
Why not, Mace? Do it.
I bet you could make that happen if you fully committed to the other 11 months here.
I would.
Yeah.
I would.
But
no vacation for 11 months and you get 1 full month off.
That's really rough.
That's what I'm saying. You're actually getting in your own way of that.
Yeah.
I'm sure you could work that out because in the aggregate, it would be better
It would
for
be
the
better
station.
for them. Yeah. Okay. I'll work on
Next contract. Let's do this.
Yeah, next contract's
You get
coming up.
July off.
Oh, that's good.
Perfect.
That's a great month.
But you have to work August through June every day, no Mason days.
No Mason days.
Well,
people like a break from me.
we get a month. We get a month.
Yeah, that's true. Andy, by the way,
Wow, I'm
Andy,
getting ripped right here.
Andy's over there snoring during the show. Everybody that sits in that chair is like yawning and snoring.
Mildly yawning. And look,
I'm awake.
It was during a read.
That's true.
It's not
For
like
Children's Hospital LA.
You're getting ripped right now?
The YouTube chat is ripping me.
What are they saying?
For Dumb Take by Beto by Just Ryan because I want to be a nomad and live all over Europe.
Well, no, I think that's a thing. I think that's a really cool thing.
I'm not working and just living off the land. I could do this.
Living off the land?
Living off the land.
Yeah, because
I'd be off the grid?
Absolutely. Delete. I already got rid of Twitter. Delete my Instagram. Delete all socials. And I've been looking into
remove your fingerprints. Like how far
no,
are you going?
just have enough money saved.
Wait, you got off Twitter?
I only use it during Laker games on my computer.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
You're not tweeting?
No, only during the game during my computer.
I don't.
I got the.
I don't tweet a lot.
Phone.
I don't tweet a lot at all.
Yeah, I got the app off my phone. If I want to get ripped, I'll just go to the YouTube chat.
True.
Yeah,
that's true.
And then what I want to do, this is what I do in my 50s and 60s because I got this a couple years ago. My brother died in his early 50s from colon cancer. And it was just, you know what? I don't want to go through that because he was always, when I retire, I'm going to do this. So now I've saved enough money. Kids are good, knock on wood. And I'm just going to, I've been looking into working in Italy with a visa. I have a Mexican passport. So I'm going to be able to get my Europe residency in a few years through Spain. You can go and do some of that. So you'll have 3 different passports.
So
I'm looking into this, baby.
Oh, I'm
saving
serious about it.
Every time I hit Prize Picks, I save my money.
See, I like being in it.
No.
I like being in it, around it, in the mix. In the mix, man.
I don't want the mix.
You want out of the mix.
I want to be, hey, you want some wine? Oh, yeah, you're American, my friend. Yeah.
So you're talking about being behind the bar, pouring the wine.
Absolutely.
And being what they call an expat, right?
Oh, absolutely. Expat. Hey, Oktoberfest going on.
I'm not leaving America.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm not leaving America.
Yeah.
I love this country. I'm not moving to Italy. America.
Well, if I owned in Venice, I'd love it too.
There you go.
I don't own anything. I can't afford it.
Now, you are not optimistic about the Lakers tonight.
Indy's really good. Indy's a really, really good team.
By the way, it seems like everybody's healthy. Everybody's going to play in this game for both sides. So we're going to see the full complement. The one thing that we, Andy and I were talking about this, the offense and defensively, there's just not been a lot of energy, and there's, obviously there's some fatigue. But offensively, there is so much iso ball going on, and you're not seeing the ball movement that you saw earlier in the season during that winning streak. I just think that ultimately, and hopefully it's tonight, LeBron and Luka figure that out, realize what's going on, and start using all that basketball IQ to move the basketball and get everybody involved.
DFS actually, after the Orlando loss, said something to the effect of, our lack of offensive energy hurt our defense. And, Luka was saying after the game, it's on LeBron and I to get everything right. Like, you're hearing a recognition of the problems.
Right.
Like, it doesn't sound like anybody on the team is downplaying what's going on. So hopefully what they recognize, we have to do all the steps. When they're at their best, they're minding the details.
Yes.
Like, JJ's a big
JJ
details
is
guy.
a huge details
LeBron
guy.
is a big details guy. I think they recognize we were trying to coast past some of these details. We can't coast past any. Even with Luka, they are not a talented enough team to get by on just talent.
Right. We're going to find out tonight. By the way, that is what's on tap tonight here on 710 ESPN. Thank you to Michelob Ultra. Lakers take on the Pacers. Coverage starts at 3, about 45 minutes from right now. Tip-off at 4:30. Hear it all for your afternoon drive on 710 AM or in crystal clear digital audio on the all-new ESPN LA app. Michelob Ultra, 2.6 carbs, 95 calories. Only worth it if you enjoy it. Mason, Ireland, 710 ESPN.
It's the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Every weekday morning at 9 a.m.
There's the whole 9 beers and 9 dogs in a game of baseball.
Gross.
Yeah.
You can't do 9 dogs? Not in 2.5, 3 hours. I could eat 3 and be fine. The 4th one would be an effort.
I can eat 9. Yeah, I could eat 9. Oh, yeah, and heartbeat. Yeah.
That's a lot
Come
of
on,
dogs.
and beer too. Come on.
I can do the beers.
Okay, you drink, I'll eat.
Yeah.
There you go.
Why do we grill to order at Waba Grill? It's just better for you. Download the Waba Rewards app or order online at wabagrill.com. Waba Grill, it's for you.
Another with a rate of 29. The rate calculation is buried in the fine print.
Bob and Liz at the office told me they had the same issue, so they called the loan exchange. Bob refinanced and paid off $50,000 in credit cards, and Liz got a home equity line and paid off $30,000.
That makes sense. I'll call the loan exchange and get rid of these ridiculous credit card rates.
17 days later.
Hon, we closed with the loan exchange today, and I found out the interest in our refi is tax deductible. I can't believe we didn't do this sooner. Every day we were lighting money on fire by paying those crazy credit card rates.
Call the Loan Exchange at 855-752-9944 or go to theloanexchange.com. NMLS 1637539. Loan subject to credit approval. See website for licensing information, loan terms and conditions. Equal housing lender. That's 855-752-9944 or theloanexchange.com.
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the Personal Injury Law Offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
Visit San Antonio Winery to experience wine country in the heart of LA. We'll show you and your loved ones a good time. Share a meal inside our dining room or out on the beautiful patio as live music plays in the background. Sip and shop a range of delicious, award-winning wines and take a complimentary tour of our historic winery. San Antonio Winery, over 100 years of tradition, just 2 miles from Dodger Stadium. We hope to see you soon.
Who's cutting down the nets this year? Get in on all the tournament action at ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Go from tracking the latest upsets to placing bets in just a few taps. Right now, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet Sportsbook app and sign up with promo code JQ to get started today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
For a limited time at Verizon, you can get our best price ever. That's 4 lines on unlimited welcome for just $25 a line per month with autopay plus taxes and fees. You'll also get the new iPhone 16 Pro, 4 of them for the entire family when you trade in up to 4 phones from our top brands. That's a new phone for everyone, only on the network you can count on. Verizon. Visit a store today. 20 monthly promo credits applied over 36 months with a new line on unlimited welcome. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds. Additional terms apply for phone offer. See Verizon.com for details.
And it is Mason and Ireland, the OGs of LA Sports Radio.
Like, that's the problem in the world, is there aren't enough happy shows, fun shows.
Mason and Ireland.
710 ESPN.
When I wake up in the morning, love.
Nice. Speaking of nice, John Ireland joins us from Indiana. What's going on, Ireland?
What is happening, people?
Well,
how are you?
We've got a little Beto, got a little Andy. Brian's here. Laura's running around. The house is full. How's the trip?
Well, we somehow mysteriously have forgotten how to play defense.
Yeah.
We're hoping that puzzle gets solved tonight.
Well, we also talked about offensively, the ball is not moving. The ball's very sticky. All of a sudden, you've got a lot of ISO, they're not moving the basketball the way they were.
Well, those two things are related because when they were defending, they were getting a lot of steals, and they're a very good open court team. LeBron, you could argue, is one of the greatest, maybe the greatest open court player ever.
Yep.
If you get him going downhill, I've seen him go 1-on-5 and score.
Sure.
But if you're not getting steals, if you're not playing defense, if you're taking the ball out of the basket every time, it's very hard to play fast. And now what other teams are doing is what Chicago did last Saturday was they just played super fast and turned it into a track meet. And the Lakers, because they have Luka and because they have LeBron, in the postseason, the game slows down. But right now in these regular season games, like tonight, you guys are going to see her this afternoon where you are.
Yep.
Tyrese Halliburton might be the best race car driver in the league. Because the Pacers play faster than any other team, and Halliburton doesn't turn the ball over. So that's one of the challenges for the Lakers tonight is to play the game at their pace and control Halliburton because he's not going to give you free possessions.
Right.
He's just really good about not turning over the
Is
ball.
Indiana an exciting place to be?
Yeah, I like it here. They're basketball crazy.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
It is, I think if I was coming here with the Rams, like if it was Rams-Colts, I don't know if I would be as excited, but they love hoop here, particularly during the tournament.
Yeah.
Like and the tournament's going on right now. I've always enjoyed coming here, and I love this arena. Andy, have you ever been to this? It used to be the Conseco Fieldhouse. Now it's the Gainbridge
No, I've never
Fieldhouse.
actually been.
Okay, so they did it like an old Indiana, like in the movie Hoosiers.
Yeah.
They built like an old wooden, all the signs here, when you walk around the concourse are hand-painted. The lobby is like a train station.
Cool.
They have like those old school train stations. So in terms of arenas, it's top 5 in the league.
One
Probably
of my
top 3.
One of my favorite memories with my dad was in Indianapolis many years ago.
Probably at the Dome, right?
Yeah, we went to the NCAA tournament and went to the Final Four, and it was the Duke versus UNLV game.
When Duke beat them, right?
When Duke beat them, and it was so everybody thought UNLV was invincible, and they beat them. And we sat right in the neighborhood of the Cameron Crazies, and we had such a great time. A great time at that game.
Yeah, that dome. I was in that dome the night Princeton beat UCLA in the first round of the tournament. 13 beating a 4.
Mm-hmm.
UCLA had won it the year before. Jim Herrick had won it the year before, and then we came in here, and Princeton ran all those Pete Carrill backdoor cuts, picket fences, and we lost. And Mason, remember, that's when we had Larry Lucchino on the show once a week?
Yes.
And Larry was a Princeton grad.
Yes.
So I think I had to sing the Princeton fight song on the air. It was just a miserable weekend.
Yeah. So we were talking. By the way, we were talking about the NCAA tournament not happening or not being a big deal this year. Did you see the ratings are the highest in 32 years for the NCAA tournament?
Well,
how is that happening?
Well, they're on more channels now. Back in the old days, it was just on one. Now they're pooling the numbers for True TV, TBS, TNT, CBS. There's more ways to consume it.
Yeah,
I would imagine that has something to do with it. But people, basketball is a really fun sport to watch, particularly, and now there's women playing at a high level.
Yeah.
So that may have something to do with it. But good. I love the tournament.
Devastating. I put on right after the Lakers the other night. I put on the USC game. It was so sad.
You saw Juju go down.
Yeah, I saw Juju go down. It was awful.
Well, they have that Kiki
Irafan.
Irafan.
I don't know if I've got it right. Irafan. Irafan, whatever.
So they're not. I don't think they'll win the title, but they're not dead. They could beat UConn if she has a big game. And didn't she have a huge game after Juju went out?
She did have a really big game. She went for 37, I want to say. She did have a really big night.
They could have, remember when LMU tragically lost Hank Gathers?
Yes.
And then they went on a ridiculous run. They went all the way to the Final 8. They kind of rode that.
That's
the
the
way
old
to
missing man
8.
theory, right?
Right, so maybe USC can, and Lindsey Gottlieb's a really good coach. I wouldn't be shocked if they. I don't know if they'll win it, but I wouldn't be. They got to play UConn in the regional final, right?
UConn in the regional finals, and then they'd face Notre Dame. Or I'm sorry, they'd face UCLA in the Final Four, the regional, national semifinals.
That'd be fun.
That'd be really fun.
They got to UCLA, but I'm not giving up on them.
Laura, say the name again.
Irafan.
Yeah, she looks really good.
Yeah, she had a great game.
She transferred in. I think she was at Stanford.
Yes. Did you hear any of the LeBron conversation?
All of it.
It was interesting,
I watched
right?
it was here. It happened here.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess it was recorded yesterday. LeBron
yeah, as soon
and
as we
Pat
landed,
McAfee.
LeBron hopped in a black SUV, and now we know where he was going. He was going to see McAfee.
So I want to play something for you. This is from the LeBron conversation, and this is him, LeBron, talking about Michael Jordan.
You and Michael at a good spot.
Who, me and Michael?
Jordan?
Yeah, we're in a good spot. We don't talk.
Why not, you think?
Because I'm still playing. I think I'm still playing. I'm still focused on my craft right now.
When you're done, you think you two will be the
I would
only
hope
two
so.
that can have a conversation?
I would hope so. I think it's because I'm still playing, and MJ's, we all know MJ. Even if you don't know him personally, he's one of the most ruthless competitors there is. And till I'm done, and he doesn't have to look at me run up and down wearing the number 23, and every time my name is mentioned with his, he's like, I don't want to talk to you.
Yeah, I'm on a golf course. Yeah, I'm on a golf course.
Don't talk to me right now. I'm on the back nine. Do not call me.
It was great to see y'all at the top 75.
Oh yeah, that was dope. That was dope.
Yeah,
that's straight respect, admiration, and just me for sure. I mean, like I said, I wear 23 because of MJ. And that the inspiration that he gave me as a kid in Akron, Ohio, that don't have much inspiration in your hometown. You look at something.
Yeah, I mean, MJ, not a lot of people get along with MJ, right, John?
No. Well, Worthy went to college with him.
That's
my
right,
buddy
sure.
James Worthy, and he says he won't return his calls.
Really?
So, yeah, I think Michael is he's a billionaire.
I saw his Hall of Fame speech, and I
right.
know
Remember,
he's got
he basically
a few
used it to air all. It was an airing
of
grievances.
grievances. Yes, it was like Festivus at the Hall of Fame.
But overall, what did you guys think about that whole hour plus with McAfee? I thought LeBron came off very likable.
I thought he came off likable. I think it's a really good environment. McAfee's loose, and the guys there are really loose, and it was an opportunity for LeBron to really show off not just his knowledge and his his knowledge of the game, but also just his personality. He's got he's a very entertaining guy.
It's not apples to apples just because LeBron at this stage of his career is a more effective player than, unfortunately, Kobe was down the stretch because of the post-Achilles. But they're both in the drunk uncle at the Thanksgiving table stage where they will just say whatever and they don't care.
Right.
Neither one of them gives a bleep.
It was pretty. It was a pretty unfiltered conversation. Yeah.
We don't get LeBron a lot. We get him on Media Day every year,
yes.
and then Michael and I will get him once or twice during the season. But think about all the times we've had him. I mean, he's played along with all of our dumb crap.
He's called out my
your mom.
Yeah.
And we've talked about what they eat at the house, and he's if you get him in a good mood, and most of the time he's in Andy, the difference between LeBron and Kobe is most of the time before and after games, Kobe was in a bad mood because he was just hyper competitive.
And he also did 45 minutes to an hour of post-game treatment before we'd actually get to. Remember, we'd have to wait a while before we talked to Kobe.
But LeBron is mostly in a good mood. Occasionally he'll have a bad day, but most of the time, if you get LeBron, you're going to get something good.
What are the odds that we get our own LeBron conversation? Do you think he'd ever come on and do a LeBron conversation with us? That's a big thing now. LeBron.
And here's why.
I'm a good LeBron versator.
Here's why. I was surprised he went on with McAfee but I wasn't when I realized what he dropped during the hour. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Mind the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, his podcast. That's right.
And now
with,
everybody knows that he and Steve Nash are. And by the way, that's going to be great.
Oh,
I know
fantastic.
Nash a little bit, and he's awesome.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a great podcast. But I think that LeBron likes to do things on his own outlets. Like,
Yes.
if he wants to drop something, he'll go on the shop. He'll go, on one of his own, on Uninterrupted or one of his own outlets, and that way, his media, one of his companies gets the pop.
The bang
Today,
for it, yeah.
He went on McAfee and then dropped that thing about the podcast, and I thought, okay, that makes sense.
I'll tell you what, coming up next, I want to do some, again, Ireland's in Indiana. Andy's here. We're going to talk about Shohei Otani, how much he's likely to pitch this year. How much do we expect him to pitch? That's coming up next for you. In the meantime, ESPN LA, proud partner with Children's Hospital Los Angeles for the 10th annual Make March Matter campaign, auctioning off very cool, exclusive 710 experiences. Thank you to our friends at Delta Airlines, Cosm Los Angeles, and Fantasy Springs Resort Casino. All proceeds donated to CHLA. Visit 710-4CHLA.com. That's 710-FOR-CHLA.com and make a difference today. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
You never have to miss a moment of LA's mega sports station. Get the all-new ESPN LA app.
Just search ESPN LA in your App Store or Google Play.
Download, tap, and bam!
You got 710 ESPN in the palm of your hand.
Wildfires don't just destroy homes. They leave families terrified.
It looked like someone had dropped a nuclear bomb out today, and I couldn't recognize the streets.
If the Eaton fire took everything, call Jacob at 844-24-JACOB or visit him online at calljacob.com.
Call Jacob.
50 years at full speed. It's going to be an epic celebration at the 50th anniversary Acura Grand Prix of Long Beach this April 11th through the 13th. It starts with the always exciting lineup: Indy cars, IMSA sports cars, Robbie Gordon's high-flying trucks, and drifting, along with the first ever historic Formula exhibition event featuring all three eras of racing at the Grand Prix: Formula 5000, Formula One, and Indy cars, all on track at the same time. A very special sight and sound for everyone to experience. Plus the huge Lifestyle Expo, Family Fun Zone, Mother's Exotic Car Paddock, and 2 exciting concerts. DJ duo Dubs on Friday night, presented by Acura, and Rock and Roll Hall of Fame band Foreigner on Saturday night, presented by Cuervo Tequila. Fun for the whole family, April 11th through the 13th. Tickets and more information at gplb.com. Come and join the celebration.
It's spring in the Southland, and the season of adventure is here. So why not hit the road in a brand new Kia from Kia of Carson? Whether you want a sleek sedan, a spacious SUV, or the latest hybrid or EV, Kia of Carson has the perfect ride for you. As one of the largest Kia dealerships in the country, we have all the latest tech-savvy vehicles that make the season of adventure more exciting. And Kia of Carson makes car buying easy, fun, and unforgettable. But don't wait. Our spring sales event is happening now. Hurry in today or shop online at KiaofCarson.com. Kia of Carson. Let's get you on the road.
Hey, it's producer Lindsay, and you know I'm a huge wrestling fan. Join Cappy, O'Shea Jackson Jr., and me to watch Monday Night Raw on April 7th at Hollywood Park Casino, LA's premier card room. We'll have ticket giveaways and a grand prize of 2 tickets to the Ultimate Wrestling event on April 19th in Las Vegas. Your attendance is your raffle entry. Plus, get a bonus entry when you RSVP at ESPNLA.com. But you must be present to win. See you Monday, April 7th at Hollywood Park Casino. Visit ESPNLA.com for details.
Children's Hospital Los Angeles is a leader in breakthrough pediatric care, treating complex cases and advancing life-saving research. In support of CHLA's 10th annual Make March Matter campaign, ESPN LA is auctioning off exclusive 710 appearances to help fund critical treatments for children. Every dollar raised supports CHLA's essential work to provide expert care, innovative therapies, and hope to families in need. Visit 710forchla.com to bid and make a difference for kids today.
Hi, this is Matthew Stafford of your Los Angeles Rams. This is Mason and Ireland on your home of Rams football, 710 ESPN.
All right, getting ready for Lakers basketball in Indiana tonight to take on the Pacers, looking to snap out of a 3-game losing streak. Ireland is there. Andy Kamenetsky, Beto Duran hanging out here in Los Angeles. And, John, how much do you anticipate Shohei Otani actually pitching this year?
Not a lot. And as a matter of fact, I think the Dodgers are going to do something this year that we've maybe never seen before. I think they're going with it. You know, people have talked about going with a 6-man rotation and done it for maybe a month, but I think they're going to do it for a whole year. And by so doing, Mace, I don't think anybody on the Dodgers is going to pitch 200 innings this year.
No, I don't think so.
I think they're going to do it intentionally. I think Snell's going to be the one. I think one of the Japanese guys, or both the Japanese guys, will be 2 and 3. I think Glasnow, if he's healthy, will be 4. I think Dustin May is going to be 5. I think Kershaw, when he's healthy, will get some starts. I think Gonsolin, when he's healthy, will get some starts.
Landon Knack is going to get some starts.
Right.
I mean, they've got arms.
Because of that, I could see Shohei throwing between maybe 125 and 150 innings tops.
I don't think it's even close to that.
You think it's like 100?
I don't even think it's 100, John.
You think he's going to get like 10 starts the whole year?
Yes, I do. I don't think we're going to see him until at least July. He's thrown his first bullpen in a month today, and originally they targeted May. Here's one of the things that Jack Harris, who's a great writer for the LA Times, was pointing this out, that in July of 2020 he came back from his first arm surgery, and he came out, he pitched at Oakland, failed to record it.
That was the COVID year, too, I think,
yes,
if I remember correctly.
Did not record an out in his first game, struggled through 50 pitches in his second game, and then got shut down for the rest of the season, and offensively wasn't right the rest of the year. And in fact, he said he is prioritizing the hitting aspect of his game.
So they really don't need him, if you think about it. Like, they could go with a 6-man rotation without him.
Without him, yeah.
I am not convinced he's going to pitch. I'm actually not convinced at all that Otani's going to pitch. I hope he does, just because it would be cool to watch. But the Dodgers are not going to be hurt in the slightest if he does not pitch.
Although, Andy, he's a huge postseason weapon if they can get him right. Like,
sure.
You know, if you look at the World Baseball Classic, he's the guy who struck out Mike Trout to win the whole thing.
Yep.
I mean, I don't think that you can, I don't know, maybe you can, but I don't think you can not pitch him all year and then when the playoffs start, just throw the switch.
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking
give him a little work.
Originally it sounded like May, and now it sounds more like July or even late July.
That's all I'm saying is I'm not convinced he will pitch. I'm not ruling it out altogether.
Like even in the postseason?
You know, well, if he doesn't pitch in the regular season, you're not going to throw him in the
Right,
postseason.
but down the stretch in the regular season?
Maybe. It depends on how necessary it
Beto,
is.
what do you think? You follow the Dodgers really closely. You're not paying attention? Oh, forget it then. I thought you were completely locked in.
No, Halliburton's going to have a game tonight.
How much do you anticipate Shohei pitching this year?
Not much. Probably after the All-Star break, maybe. I mean, they don't need him. They have so many arms.
And they need his bat way more than they need his arm.
It's so much more important to keep him healthy as an everyday batter than it is to get him to pitch. And if he hurts himself pitching in a way that takes him out of the lineup,
it's going to affect his hitting.
Yeah, that's much worse.
Yeah. So I think that's one of the reasons why they're going to be really careful. His bat at the top of the lineup is really important to what the Dodgers do. By the way, I don't know if you saw it. You probably didn't see this. Last night, Mookie Betts played in the Freeway Series. He's going to start at shortstop tomorrow. But he looks very slight.
Well, he lost. He was thin already, and they say he's lost 15 pounds.
Yeah, he's always been a smaller guy, but he really looks thin. Brian, you were there last night. What did you think Mookie looked like?
I think he, off the rip, he looked a little frail. He looked, especially after seeing him last year, he looked weak. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's how it said.
Yeah. But you saw Dustin May pitch last night?
Oh, he looked lights out. He looked good.
Yeah, gave him 5 really good innings. He's going to be great in the rotation for the Dodgers this year. He's got killer stuff. The pitching rotation, by the way, will be Snell versus Tarek Skubal tomorrow. That's a 4 o'clock game or 4-something game at Dodger Stadium. Then Friday, it's going to be Yamamoto, and Saturday, it's going to be Sasaki, and Sunday, weirdly, is an off day. No game on Sunday. 4:10.
That's
thank
weird.
You. Yeah, it is weird. Why would you take a Sunday off when the season gets rolling?
Well, okay, you were talking before about how Rob Manfred screwed up, putting them on a Thursday instead of a Wednesday.
Yes.
Now they're not on a Sunday. They bricked the whole opening week for the Dodgers.
Yeah,
in the States,
they
kind of
did. They did.
Yeah.
The ratings will be spectacular in
good.
Japan.
Yeah. Oh.
In Japan, they'll be amazing.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Whose game is it today? It's Andy's game.
Andy's game. Oh, I have the actual standings.
Oh, you have the actual give us the standings.
So you, my friend, are leading with 6.
Huh.
Ireland has 3.
Yeah.
I have 3. O'Shea has 1. Andy, you have 1. Greg 1. Jacob and Ronnie 1. Michael Thompson won 1 while I was away. And so did Lindsay.
Okay.
Mace, is next week the week you're off or the week after
Next
that?
week is the week I'm
He's
off. But technically, yesterday should have been worth 2, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days left.
Yeah. So, yes. Did you win yesterday?
Yeah, I won yesterday. That should be worth 2.
You may have it locked up.
I might. I am
Right,
dominating now. And we will do Game of Games that's worth 2 today coming up next. It's Andy's game, Ireland in Indiana. Mesa in Ireland, 710 ESPN.
The countdown is on. In just 7 days, LAFC battle Inter Miami.
In the Join Cappy, O'Shea Jackson Jr., and producer Lindsay, and myself, apparently, for a special viewing of Monday Night Raw. On Monday.
I like it raw.
I guess. On Monday, April 7th at Hollywood Park Casino, and there's going to be one grand prize winner who's going to win a pair of tickets to the big wrestling event in Las Vegas. You know which one that is?
I have a sense of which one
We
it
can
is.
play the song, because I don't think that we'll get in trouble if we play the official song.
Okay.
RSVP now for your spot at ESPNLA.com. Must be present to win, which means you're going to have to be in the house at HBC. ESPNLA.com. Must be 21 years or older to enter. Park Party and Play at Hollywood Park Casino, LA's premier card room. Now open 24/7. We'll see you there on April 7th for Monday Night Raw.
I'm Doug Hopkins.
And I'm Damon Lyons.
And we want to buy your house.
After 30 years and more than 20,000 transactions, Seller's Advantage knows how to get you more for your home.
No agent fees, no commissions, just an as-is cash offer.
Call Seller's Advantage or visit sellersadvantage.com.
With promo code USL to get started today. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
When you bundle renters and auto with Progressive, you can save while protecting your most valuable possessions. Like your really expensive limited edition sneakers and your new suit for your cousin's wedding. Except you never actually bought the suit because you can't stop buying sneakers. So you show up to the wedding looking like you're going grocery shopping. But hey, at least your sneakers will look good in the pictures. Until you're cropped out of every last one of them. So go ahead and get Progressive, so you can save while protecting the things that matter to you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
710 ESPN.
And it is time for Game of Games on the #1 sports radio show in LA, Mason and Ireland. Game of Games. Game of Games presented by CallJacob.com.
Call Jacob.
Everyone loves a fighter, but in this town, winning matters, especially after an accident. So remember, anyone can fight, but CallJacob.com is here for you when you need a big win. After an accident, go to CallJacob.com or call 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. We got the jingle.
Call Jacob.
Thank you. Game of Games time. Take it away, Mace.
All right, here we go. It is Game of Games time. Quick reminder, tomorrow Alana Rizzo is going to join us, and Friday we anticipate Jack Harris is going to join us from the LA Times. Ireland, as soon as Bergman left, we started grabbing really good
real
guests. Exactly.
Love it.
All right, so it's Andy Kamenetsky's game today. The players, me, Ireland, Brian Cohen, and Laura Romo. And Andy, are you able to keep score?
I am.
Excellent. So tell us about the game.
Okay, on this day in 1979, Magic Johnson's Michigan State beat Larry Bird's Indiana State 75-64. It was the start of the rivalry between those two that also helped save the NBA.
Sure.
So in honor of this sports event, we're going to do some trivia about Magic and or Larry Bird.
Okay.
So here we go. Magic Spartans, as I said, beat Larry Bird's Sycamores, but who actually scored more points in this game? Magic or Bird? Mace goes first.
Bird.
John.
Bird.
BC.
Bird.
And Laura.
With the crowd.
You are all wrong.
Oh,
Magic Johnson,
wow.
24 points on 8 of 15 from the field with 7 rebounds, 5 assists. Larry Bird, very inefficient, 19 points on 7 of 21 from the field. Fun fact, they both had 6 turnovers.
Okay.
6.
So,
wow.
yeah, so you're all at zeros. Only one of these men, Irvin Johnson or Larry Bird, has a middle name. Which one is it? Magic or Bird? Only one has a middle name. John goes first.
Wait a minute. Like you're saying that one of them has no middle name?
Yeah, only one has a middle name. The other does not have a middle name. Which one has a middle name? Bird or Magic?
Bird.
Okay.
Bird.
Laura?
Sure, Bird.
And
I'm going to go Bird.
You are correct. His given name is Larry Joe Bird, which is perfect.
Larry Joe Bird.
And
Larry
Magic
Joe
is just Irvin Johnson Jr.?
Yes, he is Irvin Johnson
Okay.
Jr. He has no middle name. So all 4 of you are on the board with 1. If you add up the regular season MVPs and finals MVPs, who has more, Magic or Bird? Brian goes first. Regular season and finals MVPs added up, who has more, Magic or Bird?
Magic.
Laura?
Bird.
Mace?
Bird.
And John?
Bird.
BC, the only one who gets it
It's
right.
Magic.
Wow.
Magic has 3 of each. Bird has 3 regular season MVPs, but only 2 finals MVPs.
Okay.
All right, there you go. Brian's got the lead.
So Brian's got the lead. On which of these animated Fox shows did Larry Bird appear on it as himself? The Simpsons, Futurama, or American Dad? Larry Bird appeared on it as himself. Simpsons, Futurama, or American Dad? Laura goes first.
Let's go Magic.
No.
Laura,
I'm not paying
Are you
attention.
not?
Larry Bird appeared as
Laura's
himself.
answer is Magic.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Clearly
Magic's
not paying
definitely the wrong
attention.
answer. Larry Bird appeared as himself on one of these shows.
Oh,
The Simpsons,
yes.
Futurama, or American Dad?
Simpsons.
Okay, Mace.
American Dad.
John.
I'll go Futurama. One of each.
PC.
American Dad.
John is on up to 2. Larry Bird.
I mean, clearly I wasn't going to get this
He
one.
appeared on an episode that involved cloning Larry Birds, and his only line was, "Hi, this is Larry Bird calling. Listen, my agent sent me a cartoon script, and I've decided I don't want to be involved in any way." That's his only line on the show. One of the only things Magic has truly failed at was his ill-fated 1998 talk show, The Magic Hour.
Yep.
Side note, that was also the name of Brian and my Lakers podcast when we worked at The Athletic.
Magic Hour?
Yeah, we called it The Magic Hour. Who was the first guest on The Magic Hour? Arnold Schwarzenegger, Harrison Ford, Michael Douglas. First guest on The Magic Hour. Arnold, Harrison Ford, Michael Douglas. Mace goes first.
Arnold.
I'm pretty sure that, Andy, that you have this wrong.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah. I watched this show many times, and I'm 90% sure his first guest was Howard Stern.
No, I don't think that's correct.
Just Google it and see if it's true.
According to my research.
Okay, I mean, we can still do the game, but I'm almost 100% sure that the very first guest was Howard, and it was a disaster.
Well, the show was a disaster. And
No,
I know
the Howard Stern interview was a disaster.
The Howard Stern episode was a disaster. I don't believe he was the first, though.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll go with your question.
Yeah, we'll go with your
I'm pretty
question.
sure I'm right, but we'll go with your question.
Okay. Arnold,
Who's the 3 choices you say?
Arnold, Harrison Ford, or Michael
And
Douglas?
I said Arnold.
I will also go Arnold.
BC?
Harrison Ford.
And Laura?
I will go Harrison Ford.
According to my research, it is Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Okay.
So John at 3, Mace at 2. I suppose the final answers could be, or final result could be under protest if it turns
that's
out
okay.
that I'm wrong. But
All right. Well,
John,
that happens.
John's got 3, Mace and BC at 2.
By the way, at least according to Wikipedia, the show premiered in May, and Howard Stern did it on July 2nd.
Right.
Okay, so maybe it was Arnold.
Okay, I know, though, it was a disaster, and Howard kept saying on the show, this show's terrible.
Yes,
It's never going to
yes.
last.
Yeah.
True or false, Back when Twitter was still Twitter and its bird used to be a bird, the bird itself was named Larry, as in Larry Bird. The Twitter bird, true or false, used to officially be known as Larry, as in Larry Bird. John goes first. True or false?
I can't imagine. But that's such a weird thing to make up. I'm going true. I don't think you would make that up.
BC?
I'll go true.
I'll go true as well.
Laura?
That is a weird thing, but I've also been not doing well, so I'll go false, and I need to make up a point.
Mace?
I'll go true.
Laura should have gone with the crowd. It is true.
That's amazing.
This was confirmed.
Yeah, it's too weird to make up.
When the Boston Celtics director of interactive media talked to the Twitter co-founder in 2011. Magic and Bird famously hated each other until they filmed a commercial together, hung out in the set, and began a friendship. What was the commercial for? McDonald's, Converse, or 7-Up? McDonald's, Converse, or 7-Up. That's where Magic and Bird filmed a commercial, started becoming friends. BC goes first.
McDonald's.
Laura?
McDonald's, right?
Mace?
I'm going McDonald's.
John?
I'm pretty sure it's Converse.
I'm pretty sure you're correct, John. It is, in fact,
Yeah, that's
Converse.
right.
They
They
did
were
do
both
McDonald's
Converse guys.
later. But John right now with 5, Mace and BC 3. Laura's got 1.
Yeah, clearly, it's fine.
How many are left, Andy?
3 plus a tiebreaker.
Okay.
I didn't know this until looking up items, but for these questions. But Magic apparently played briefly overseas in the Scandinavian region of Europe. What country did he play for? Denmark, Norway, or Sweden? Denmark, Norway, or Sweden? Magic briefly played for. Laura goes first.
Let's go with Sweden.
I'm going Sweden.
John?
I'm with the group. I think it's Sweden.
Denmark.
Oh, BC, you should have gone with the group. It is, in fact, Sweden. But Laura, plus side, you've got 2 now.
Yay! I don't think it matters.
Well, John's got 6. What do I have?
You have 4.
Okay.
So you got to go. I got to go first, Mason. You got to go opposite. There are 2 left.
Right?
The name of the team, because Magic bought it, was called the Magic M7 Boras.
Well, why not? That's what Mace would do. Name the team after himself.
Absolutely. All right. So is everyone still in it at this point?
No, I think I'm last.
It's me against Mace.
Okay.
But I got a 2-point lead, and I have to go first.
What is one of Larry Bird's favorite hobbies? Fishing, restoring cars, or gardening? Fishing, restoring cars, or gardening. One of Larry Bird's favorite hobbies. John goes first.
He looks like a fisherman. I'll go fishing.
Damn, I think that's right. I will go with restoring cars.
Unfortunately, it is correct.
Yeah, I thought it was fishing. Yeah.
So
I think John
chipped into Mason's massive lead.
Yeah. So let's go. Here's the highlight.
Let's
John
do the
Ireland.
Let's do the tiebreaker.
One
for fun.
shining moment for John Ireland.
You're still up 2, Mace.
Yeah, I'm still up 2.
You're still up 2.
in
7
command.
to 5.
And Mace, I can play tomorrow in Chicago, but I can't play Thursday when we fly to Memphis.
Tomorrow is Thursday, but yes.
Oh, so I can't play
Friday. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So you want the tiebreaker?
Yes,
just for fun?
do it.
Sure.
Okay. How many combined All-Star appearances and all NBA teams did Magic and Bird have combined between the 2 of them? All-Star appearances and all NBA teams did Magic and Bird have? Start with, I guess, Mace?
Yeah, I'll say 50.
John?
I think that's too high. I'll go half that. I'll go 25.
Okay. Anybody else still in?
No, we're not.
You
but
can throw
39.
numbers out.
39, BC?
I'll go 25.
The winner is BC. Just beating out Mace. They had 44.
44.
Between them.
Wow.
They each made exactly 12 All-Star teams and 10 All-NBA
Oh,
teams.
interesting.
Wow.
So 44 between the 2 of them.
Yeah, I
Pretty
wrote
good.
down 15, 15, 10, 10. So I was in the
close.
ballpark there.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the ballpark. So Ireland, I am going to screw up the out time here momentarily, about 3 minutes away. But in the meantime, what do you expect tonight?
I'm very anxious to see if the Lakers can find their defense because it's been gone for 2 games in a row. And I think the key to it, believe it or not, is that LeBron quarterbacks it. When LeBron was quarterbacking the defense is when they were good. From January 15th until March 7th, they were the number 1 defense in the NBA. Since then, they're 17th. So that's the whole ball game. Can they find their defense? And if they can, they beat this team 1 month ago without Reeves at 45.
Yeah, right.
So they can win, but they got to play defense.
Yeah, Andy, what about you?
I think John actually is making a good point about LeBron and the quarterbacking of the defense. Like, I think they've missed his defensive communication.
Right.
They need him talking out there. He helps guide everybody to the right places.
Yeah, there's not a lot of talking. It's interesting in that Orlando game, you could hear the Magic players talking, and you could not hear the Lakers players talking. I also think that I want to see the ball move a little bit more. It cannot be LeBron, and then next time Luka, and then next time LeBron, and then next time Luka.
Point, Reeves has to touch the ball.
He does. He was very left out of that rotation.
Yeah,
the other night.
What I think happens is LeBron and Luka get doubled a lot. When they do, they got to look for him. You know, Reeves carved this team up less than a month ago. I'd like to see him get 15 to 20 shots tonight.
Absolutely. All right. So, and by the way, tomorrow is Dodgers opening day. We're excited about that. We'll be on there. You know who's doing the first hour of the show tomorrow?
Whom?
DeMarco Farr.
Oh, good.
So DeMarco's going to do the first hour of the show. Then Momo's going to be along, and Alana Rizzo is going to join us tomorrow. So we're all over baseball for you.
I don't know if you have time to answer this,
Yeah,
but
we
how
do.
was Luke Robitaille in studio?
Oh, my God. So good. Such a funny guy.
Yeah.
He was all over your face looks terrible. You look tired.
telling
Something
him you look
wrong with
tired.
your eyes. You look tired. He said my eyes were glassy. I'm like, oh, my God.
Well, you're still recovering from the party. It was a great party.
Correct, but it made me super neurotic yesterday. The first thing Bergman said to me when he walked into the conference room was, boy, you look tired. You got bags under your eyes.
You look great today.
I did not take that tip of putting diaper cream under the eyes. Apparently, that's a thing somebody texted me. You could put diaper cream under your eyes, and it will improve things. But I didn't go that route.
Speaking of text, Mace, this is something only you will understand.
Okay.
I took care of your guy today.
Did you?
The guy you texted me. Yeah, he's all set.
He's an ace, man.
Ball's rolling.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. That is great news. All right, Game of Games is brought to you by Jacob and Ronnie. Remember, after an accident, he's the only guy you want. 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. Or remember, call Jacob.com. Coming up next for you is Lakers pregame. Beto Duran and then Michael Thompson will come along here on the home of Lakers basketball, 710 ESPN.
The most followed sports radio station.